Welcome to a new series in the RPG Real Play Sessions. This is The End of Ages, using the core rule system of Jack's own devising. In this episode, with Asterius in the Wellness Center getting his fingers repaired, or possibly dead, Gray is teamed up with another couple of recruits to carry a box. Now on to the adventure. Welcome to the next episode in the End of Ages Jack's campaign.
The saga.
The epic saga. I'm Rob. I play a character named Gray, and Dave is not here today. He's in hospital with his severed fingers.
Flopping uselessly against his wrist. So we are joined by two additional players, some fantastic pals of ours. So introduce yourselves.
I'm Refik. I will be playing an intellectual character named Edmund Mallory, who is the son of a nobleman, but he could also be the son of a stable boy. We're not sure. He has been basically disowned by his family, hence why he has no savings. But he does have a shiny brass cap.
Very good.
And you might want to describe yourself physically, because that's kind of important.
Well, basically, he's the youngest son, and he was born prematurely, and apparently there were complications, so he was left crippled, feeble, and sickly at birth. He is not very attractive. He's actually quite hideous. There was an accident that happened. And
so that wasn't even part of the birth defect?
No. which I left in Jack's capable hands of figuring out what that accident was. Maybe we'll revisit it.
That may reveal itself in the future.
Oh, so he's going to have a phobia of horses or something?
His father tried to make a man out of him and just failed horribly. The only comfort he ever found was in books. So he's quite knowledgeable and brilliant. But because of that, he's quite uncivilized and uncaring and impartial to humanity. Because
your scholarly pursuits were your focus.
Yes. But he's very fortunate because of all the physical things he has. He still has a caring mother that managed to save him before.
That's true.
The father kicked him out.
Well, that's very good. Very good. And you, sir, you are?
I am Ennis, and I will be playing Bernhard Rothsauer. I am a warrior. I was an orphan child. My parents were merchants who passed away quite brutally. I don't know how, because I was young at the time, in Split Rock Pass. Left there as an orphan. I have relied on surviving on the streets and have found that bullying others is the best way to survive and thrive. I worked for a fencing company, hammering posts, where I learned how to use a maul. And I also used that maul in the streets and between the sheets.
It does not say that on your character.
Where's your character from?
I'm from the walled city of Tarbin.
And as they say in the walled city of Tarbin, it's like stealing candy from Edmund.
Wow. I almost stepped on that joke. I almost said, hey, we're getting a little distracted, but I'm glad I erred on the side of caution and let you get that out. Okay, so when last we met, Dave's character, Asterion, was being rushed out of the garrison with his useless fingers flapping in the breeze. They're taking him someplace. Apparently, across Harper's Crossing has two sides, east and west, and Harper's Ferry goes across. The Harper's Crossing on the other side, there's something called the Wellness Center, and they're hoping that there's something there that will be able to heal him. So you see him being you see him being herded out. So you go to bed, you go to rest. These two here, you two were part of the same group that came at the same time as Rob. You have just finished the adventure that obviously you heard on the podcast. You are some of these other kids that... so you come in after your adventures, you thought ahead, you bought yourself a wineskin, and yeah, that's all nice. So tomorrow's supposed to be That wineskin. You love that wineskin. Okay, so Rob, you rest up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's.
If I see the kids that Dave stole all the stuff from, I'm going to give them back their stuff, but just tell them, let this be a lesson to you.
They're on the punishment square for most of the evening into the late night, but when they do finally make it back,
Or the next day or whatever, when I
tired
see them
and
next.
exhausted, thinking
I'll throw the bags at them.
Okay, so
And roughly as possible, I'll tell them, let it be a lesson to you, and then go back to bed.
okay, nice.
Just so I don't have to keep track of all their crap that's under my bed.
So you were injured. You heal up the second
Slightly,
day.
yeah.
Second day, there's
Still a little weird. My leg's a little sore still.
we're gonna you all show up for some training, and for training, basically, to pull back the curtain. Everyday training. It's going to be another rule from the rule set. So I kind of teach you slowly the mechanics. Show you how the sausage is made. So
It's like that sheet thing again all over again.
okay, so this first day is going to be using shields. Now you're not issued shields; you don't have shields, but basically you're handed these prop shields, and it means the shield that you're using, you can choose rather than attacking at a one shift penalty. You can use that to protect any body part. Like I said, the armor protects the body part it's got, so you can choose to. Rather than using your combat to parry or do it, you can say, I'm using my shield, and you can choose to defend. And what it does is you take the defensive stand behind the shield, and it limits the attacker's ability to attempt critical hits and target specific body parts. So if someone goes, I'm going to try and roll for, because I'm going to target a body part, say their combat is so high that they can go, okay, at will go, I'm just going to cut his head off.
Not the face.
If you have a shield, you can go, no, you can't, because I'm using the shield. That stops that, and it stops, it negates critical rolls that people get on accident too, like just a roll.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we say what we're protecting before they roll? Or we can declare it as a
negates
reaction?
it makes it a non-issue.
You see where they're coming at you.
Oh, okay.
They say, okay, I'm going to chop them in the face. But I'm using my shield. So it means they can't target. Now it's just their roll against yours, and if it damages, it does. If it damages, it doesn't, it doesn't. And the protection value of the shield is added to absorb the damage like it would normal armor, no matter where the body part was. So you spend the morning training and doing that. So you've learned how to use shields, not a skill specific, but now in the future, should you find a shield, now you kind of know the basics of the rules. So then there's some orientation. You're showed around. This is where you eat. This is the mess. These are going to be your chores. This is what you have to keep this area. This is latrines. The day ends. You're expecting the same old business tomorrow. You retire. Rob, your wounds. You heal another, because this is going to be another night of rest. Okay, so you are expecting another day as usual as a member of the Warden. Some training, some orientation, and preparation. However, this morning, Master Mateus, who is the Master at Arms, he teaches combat. People who are masters wear red cloaks, and you could tell that it's throughout the realm. That's how you could tell someone is a competent and accepted trainer in certain fields. So, and he's the one who teaches. He was the one teaching you shield and sword.
He's the one we met the first day.
Yes. He's old. He's grizzled, but he seems to have a caring, almost fatherly attitude. But he's getting up in age, and you can see his eyes aren't as good as they used to be, and he's, he doesn't have the same vim and vigor that he once did.
Point of order.
Around
activation. Remember before we had who could go when?
Oh yeah.
Just so we.
If you want to know, so I'm going to take a look right now and see who goes first.
Because just so we can go in order. Otherwise it gets confusing.
So, Rob goes first. Ennis goes second.
I go fourth.
You go after every other single person who's ever lived.
I'll take it.
Even Dave's not that slow, I don't think. Is Dave with us, or is he still in hospital?
You haven't seen him.
Okay. He might be dead. I don't think he died from losing fingers, but
There's the gangrene.
Yeah, it depends on
That's
who's
true.
operating on you.
I never cleaned my weapon.
Oh, God.
And it was just inside of a bird.
Okay.
He
And
replaced his finger with giblets.
yes, so that's going to be the order. Boop,
Okay.
boop, boop. For now. And order of actions based on your physical rating when you're doing combat. And there's certain times when your mental rating will be the one that I
You're
use.
more
But
quick-witted.
for the most part, if just to keep, hey, do, there's no free actions. But you can, if you want to kind of just stand back, you can just pass. I'm not doing anything. So
You can
So
delay.
so for example, say it's Rob's go, and whatever we're encountering hasn't done anything yet. Can he delay his action until they do something?
yeah,
And then he would go in that order?
yeah. If story wise, if there's somebody he goes, I don't want to work yet because and there's something that
Right.
Let's see
you
what they're
say-
up to.
Or I'm going to wait till after you go. I could say, like,
Okay.
or eventually when you start doing you want to team up and do certain actions. Then if the two of you get into
have you seen
rhythm-
Thor?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Then I won't tell you how I'm going to use you.
like a toilet. Okay. So Master Matthias has called you into his office. As you enter, he asks you to close the door behind him. So you all come in.
Just us three?
It's you three and him. No Dave.
Yeah.
Again.
But no other students either?
You saw him get carted out 2 days
No, I expect Dave to be dead. I was just curious if other students were with us.
No, it's just you three as students.
I'm going to size up these two.
Well, you've now been training and you've all been in the same. So you traveled with them.
Oh, okay. They're part of our group.
You know who they.
They've just been
they
around.
They aren't the one that
Dave never stole anything from them.
that Dave stole from, nor are they the one that Dave showed kindness to.
Oh, okay.
So
Although he kind of looks like the one Dave killed.
I won't impose that on Refa's character.
It was kind of shown to me.
Yeah, no, Dave showed kindness to the weakest of the group at one point.
Yeah, he
Someone
did.
weaker than him?
Well, it was one little kid who was naive, I think.
Yeah. He's
I'm not naive. I'm sickly.
that's
There's
right,
a
yeah.
difference.
yeah. This kid didn't seem to have a purpose. Like he was very like. I think you probably already are pre-focused enough to
I had my wits about me.
And
I'm
you-
just
yeah,
like,
And you know how to survive. I'm sure you're a good survivor. This kid did. He was the opposite. He probably was R8 intelligence, but his reasoning was probably nil.
So Matthias, he goes over to his desk. Beside the desk is standing a well-groomed man with his hair in a tight ponytail that reveals a full but worried face. He's a little shorter than average, with a solid build, but he's slightly overweight. Pretty nondescript. Pretty. In fact, even his clothes, they're not. They're not giving you any signs like where he's from or anything like that.
but he's not wearing a cloak.
No,
Not the red cloak, at least.
no,
He's not wearing a warden cloak either.
no.
Okay.
Okay. So Matthias lifts a large wooden box onto a table, and he removes the lid. And with a cloth, he reaches inside and pulls out what appears to be a big shard of crystal. It is. It looks like this, and for those of you at home, it is just a big shard of crystal, like you would.
It looks like the crystal Superman used to make the Fortress of Solitude.
I thought more of this shard that was slid into the dark crystal by,
Of course you would.
by Kai. In fact, when I wrote this, that's probably what I thought would be. So he takes this.
What color is it?
It's red. It's kind of. Well, let me keep reading though.
Okay.
It's red in color, but with the light that dances across its many facets, it's kind of prismatic in it. It's dark ambers, and it looks like sunlight at dusk. Okay. That coloration. Ooh. Okay, and he says this artifact is called the Long Flame.
No,
and
I'm going to use a plot twist point.
Already. Okay.
The Crystal of the Long Flame. I've read about it in the books. I've never thought I would see it in real life.
Oh. Okay, so you have a brief little history.
And I'm done.
I'm leaving now.
And I'm leaving now. I've spent everything I have.
Okay, well then, for Refik's knowledge, he says, "Oh, you may have heard of it," and he says it's of a historical for the city's. It's an important part of this city's history, and it led to the triumph of good during the War of the Gods. He puts the shard back into the box. He's got it with the cloth in his hand. He puts it back into the box. And what Refik knows, however, is that during the pivotal battle of the Battle of Bormore Keep, legions of goblin warriors, they had heavy cavalry and red scarab warriors that were heavy lancers. Lancers are these people that use big spears, but instead of fighting in formation, they do these high flying. They're pretty dangerous. For some reason, all the goblins that were on the side of death, one night before this big battle, they all slipped off the battlefield, and they were going to win the battle. It was a guarantee. They all slipped off the battlefield. They started retreating back to their home, and when they arrived at Harper's Crossing, they had Long Flame, and they said, "This guarantees our passage back home. This comes from the crown of the God of Light."
So the God of Light bribed the goblins to leave?
The story has it that the goblins were under false pretenses to begin with, that they were following someone who had made these promises, but it was revealed, and they said, "This is," and so the people at the wall they didn't know what to do. The guy at the garrison was like, "Okay, we can open fire and do whatever." But the goblins showed up. They didn't have banners. They didn't have war drums. It wasn't a siege. And just kind of out of kindness or mercy, he said, "Open the gates, let them through." And they ferried them all the way back across, let them retreat back to their homeland. And since then, the goblins and the people of this region have basically, like, you did us a kindness. It saved thousands of lives, and in fact tipped the battle. And this Long Flame was left in Harper's Crossing. They've had it in the museum behind a big locked thing for years, 200 years it sat there. And Refik, you know that they've claimed it's got these magical properties. In fact, when the goblins carried it to the gates, it was glowing. It was the dead of night, but it looked like
so is it
sunlight.
a symbol of like hope or peace or friendship? Like
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so. So that's you know all this background information that eventually you were going to learn, but you know that and you know that this is all factual information. You might hear some other, that is all factual information. So then, let's get back to that's just what was in your head. So then,
that chrome dome of you.
He says, and this is Adept Ames. He's from the Solarium of Tarbin, which is the temple of life and light in the walled city, and it's a huge.
That's where he's from too, so that makes sense.
He's from where? Sorry, what? He's Adept Ames from the Temple of Light.
Yes, it's called the Solarium of Tarbin, and it's a big open structure. It's dedicated to light and life, and he's an adept, which means he's not a full-on cleric, but he does have magical abilities. You've never met anyone that has magical abilities, and this guy's from way east, so quite possibly And you know people of magic's kind of still a thing in your area. Magic's still.
I've read about it.
And yeah, you've probably seen it in the streets, and you've adventurers coming through. And he says, today you'll be accompanying him and I to the Lantern Memorial. And we're going to be making there's going to be a special presentation tonight. So then, he says, you're going to go get your kit stuff. Don't say anything to anyone. This is, on the hush hush. I just need some strong backs to carry this thing, because it's in a big, he's a bit too old.
Both wants us look over at him.
We're like, why did they call you over?
Because they do these things in partners. Most of the time, the wardens work in partners that work well together. His partner now can only count to 7, and you two. Once you came back and you're like, oh, you remember the water skin? Oh yeah, you lift like you could lift a lot. I bet you could swing a mean hammer. So you two were compatible. So you two were partnered together. So you two are strong backs.
It's like, I was partnered with him.
You two are strong backs.
I thought I had it bad.
Why do I have to carry him?
You're an ass.
So Edmund is the consolation prize to the Edmund.
We're the two strongest people, and he's tagging along with you.
You can't get beat up if you never get in a fight.
So
there's because they figured out it's like if we don't make him his partner, he's just going to bully him anyway. So whatever, make him his partner.
Yeah, make it your success is dependent on him not getting beat
God,
and it is
dragging you so much through so many battlefields. I know it.
that is the way it works. So the 1-2 punch of Bernhard and Gray is strong backs to carry this big box. It is a big box. The crystal itself is quite sizable, and you are the consolation prize because you have to be partnered up. So you'll be coming along.
I'll try to hide my disdain for the whole situation.
Hey, you're just a dopey kid with a strong back. Don't. You can be disdained all you want, but it's
that's what
that's your place.
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing it because I want to succeed in the job, not because.
What is the Lantern Memorial?
Oh, very good, very good.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I'm not 100% sure.
The Lantern Memorial is just north of Harper's Crossing West. It's a small path. Every year on the eve of the Feast Festival. And it's a big feast before autumn comes, where you just eat. And it's thought that by doing this, by not being afraid that you're not going to have enough food come harvest time, if you just have a big feast.
So you're tempting fate.
A little bit. A little bit. But the eve of this feast started off. Select members of the town folk here, they go up to the memorial. A delegation of goblins travels from the west. It's a very solemn event. They put this crystal shard into the it's a memorial. They have a ceremony, friendship, there's a hope that people can live in harmony, whatever. There hasn't been a war in a long time. Goblins aren't a threat or anything like that. They're a neighboring country more than anything else. Then after that ceremony, the shard is usually brought back to the museum, but he says it's not going to happen this time. With the spread of technology in the West, it's been determined by the museum creator, by the royal family. Everyone involved says that I think it's time to move this shard back to Tarban. That's far east. It could be years and years and years of this relic surviving before magic items, when they're in the West, they lose power, and eventually become mundane or even worse, just crumble into nothingness. So tonight, for the first time in 200 years, the shard's not coming back here. It's going with Adept Ames, and he's going to take it with him after tonight's ceremony. So you only need to carry it up there. As soon as we get it there, back here and back to training.
Does my character know any of the history of the war with the goblins becoming traitors?
Yeah.
He'll know that? Okay.
What's what do you think's on that character sheet that thinks you could squeeze a little information?
I don't, just from my knowledge of, because of the whole death thing, I was just curious if I knew the results of the war.
I'll give you one tidbit. You know that the Cannibal King, his name is Lord Nestor, and when the goblins retreated, Death himself told Lord Nestor to send his dread knights. They were a heavy cavalry, fanatically death. They worship death. They were supposed to smash into their ranks and teach them a horrible lesson, and then send them back as undead to fight the battle the next morning. No one knows why, but that order was never given.
But the goblins did betray Death.
They learned something. But
by my perspective, they betrayed Death.
Yes.
Okay. I just know how I want to treat a goblin when I see one.
Okay.
I treat kobolds like dogs. I was curious how I treat a goblin.
Okay. Okay, so get your stuff. We'll meet back here. You two will be carrying this the entire way. It's we have to go through town. People like to see it actually travel through town. People will be remarking because this is the beginning of a pretty big festival, and this is kind of special because it's going to be the last time this has happened. Everyone knows this is not some sort of flim-flam. This artifact is going to be leaving the town, so it's kind of solemn, but it's also a happy time. So then he tells you guys to head off, grab your kit, whatever you need to do, and meet him back here ASAP.
But why now?
Why
For
now?
the festival.
The festival's going to happen tonight.
After 200 years, they're moving it.
No, they always do this every year.
No, they're moving it after this festival to the east.
Yes.
Why now?
Because the West, as technology starts in the West,
all magic has been reduced.
all magic. People who are magically inclined, people who've trained in magic, gone to magic schools, if they live in the West too long, it just goes. It's just gone. Magic, there's totems people wear that have a special alignment to one of the gods, and it allows them to cast spells. Well, if you're walking around in the West for too long, you look down and, it just looks like a piece of stone, like it's normal. And the fear is that it's going to spread, and when it reaches this artifact that people have carried, so it has that what'll happen is it'll either just become dull, or just shatter, or something, and it won't be the symbol of what it's supposed to be. So rather than have that happen, they're going to move it.
So they're going to replace it with a different shard?
Yes, they are.
He's smart.
How is this important to me moving a box? Stop asking questions.
I need to put a progress point there on that. You can add another one of those. Yeah. Throw a progress point on there.
On where?
Progress points.
I've got 0-1 now.
There you go. That means 1.
You get 1.
Should have fought some birds.
This is the only way I'm getting progress points with my character. Don't worry about it.
Very
My
nice.
master's impressed with you, though.
That's very nice. Okay, so
I'm supposed to be brilliant in reasoning. I'm trying to figure out, why now? After 200 years, are we moving it? It's a symbol of hope and thing between two races. And they're going to move it after this. But is it going to be moved in secret? And how are they going to replace it? How are they going to replicate it? This is odd.
See?
I'm
And who knows about this other than why do we know about this?
I'm just going to look at him and just...
You know what? Before I came here, I used to work for a company. We used to put up fences. And they would tell me, go hammer that post into the ground. And you know what I said? I didn't ask, why now? Well, why a post now? I hammered the stupid post into the ground. You're going to get us all killed one day with your stupid questions. Save it for yourself. Let us hear it. Oh, we're moving a box? Awesome. You want to ask questions? Let us go.
He says, yeah. The time is of the essence. We have to get the shard up there. We need to make sure everything's good. It's going to be busy. We have to wait for the ferry. The ferry only goes across at certain times, so we have to make the ferry. So let's.
Do we salute or anything?
No.
Okay, I'll just leave then.
Okay.
Like, not even before he's finished.
Okay.
Oh,
So you two.
you left? Who's helping me with the box? Not him.
No, we gotta go get our shit. So
Yeah.
then
Oh, we gotta get our shit and then come back and get
Yeah.
the box. All right.
So if that's the kit out you're going to take with you, you're not going to leave anything. You're not going to do anything. You do have a trunk at the end of your bed that you can lock your stuff into. So if you don't want to take,
Well, we don't have to take all our supplies and stuff, I don't think.
literally,
You're going camping.
You're going-
It's
so you can.
Why are you going camping?
We're not.
Oh,
That's why I'm saying if you don't
can I sit on the box while you carry it?
if you don't want to bring a backpack with a wool
Yeah.
blanket
Nah,
and a
just- yeah.
thing, so
I'm not bringing any supplies or anything.
I'm bringing my water skin.
okay. I
Just to
would
taunt
do.
me?
Yes.
I'm
My
leaving-
ferry pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm leaving everything
Yeah, do
but
we
the
need the
ferry
ferry-
pass,
is that
armor, and sword.
You will.
It's small anyways, I'll throw it in my pocket.
Yeah, you will need the ferry pass.
I'm assuming that's just something I always have on me.
Yeah, maybe we should write that on our... that's...
Like, I have it as an accessory.
Ah,
Oh.
see?
I have it as an accessory.
Yeah, good. You were smart.
You're
We're not.
smart.
Stop playing your character too
Actually,
well.
you know what? I'm going to put it around my neck, because that makes sense.
He put a string on his ferry pass.
Hey, can't lose it.
How big's a notebook? Is it something you could throw in a pocket too? Like a flip one? Or is it like a book?
It's literally the one I gave you is the one that you got.
Like that size?
Yeah,
That's my... They're using it for the map, but okay.
yeah.
I'm
And I
also
did that
bringing
so
my-
that I could give you a notebook that you would use to write down certain things.
I don't write that shit down.
I'm trying to figure something out.
He's writing everything down.
No, well, I mean,
You're a racer again?
Just playing to his strengths.
no. I mean, I can listen to the podcast after as well, right? But right now, I'm just.
See, that's the difference. I don't listen to this.
2 days later, you're not going to go, oh, yeah, I should have remembered that fact.
I only write things down that I think in the far future when my plans come to fruition matter.
You've got plans?
I have future
My plan is just to survive the day. We'll take it day by day.
That's your plans every day.
That's my plan every day.
Let's see. Anything else that we can take with us? No. Yep. Just got the fair pass and my sword and my cloak. Well, we have to wear our cloaks at all times. You forgot to tell you that.
Yeah, you can't take them off. That's your uniform.
It's against the law.
You would listen to the podcast, but you didn't. So, there's a green cloak that says that you're one of the wardens. That means you're kind of like scouts around the city. Your jurisdiction's outside the city. Inside the city, there's people called the Watch, and they wear blue cloaks, and you can tell who they are, so that if there's an emergency, something, you can contact them. And they deal with what's inside the city. So basically, you have to keep your cloak on at all times, because if not, then what are you hiding?
Basically, you're an over-glorified security guard. I.e., when something goes down, you're like, well, we gotta wait for the watch.
Not even. We're not even allowed to even get involved.
Unless it's outside of the city walls. If it's in the woods and you see something, then that's
We
when
can
you
go chop its head off.
spring into action. But inside the walls, you have to basically, you're
We're
way
just a
down on
citizen.
the hierarchy. You're not
Probably
even
even less a citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, you all return. You're kitted out now the way you're going to go. So Mateus is there. Ames is there. And they say, okay, let's get this show on the road here. So
I'm just going to sit left or
Bernhard-
right.
Do you want to carry the box on the left or the right?
Right.
Okay. So my left hand's on the box, and that's good. My right hand's a sword hand.
Okay, so Bernhard Gray, you pick up one end of this box, and it is heavy. It's a big wooden box. It's got something for padding inside, obviously, to keep it from being jostled around. And so they start heading out towards the front of the garrison.
Quick question: who is carrying? They're carrying the box.
Those two,
I'm walking with them, and
yeah.
it's just the three of us.
no, and also Master
Mateus
Mateus is with you, and the the priest that's going to be taking control of the shard.
The curator of
No, not the curator. He's
He's an adept, you said. Right?
Yeah, he's basically going to be a courier that's going to be taking the shard back to the temple in Tarvin.
At what time of day is it?
Early morning.
Oh, okay, so we got all day. It's daylight, that's fine.
In terms of magic, how do you sense magic? Is there like electricity in the air? It's like, I don't know like how magic works in this world.
Some people will never ever feel the magic at all. You can pick up a magic item and not be able to use it. You can pick up scrolls and stuff. Some people just do, and it might take it might be like a powerful magic, and then I can feel it. But other people can pick up, like I said, these little rune stones that are just little totems. Pick it up, and it just this feels right.
So something as big as the Sacred Flame, or
The long flame. Yes.
the Long Flame. When we saw it in the office, did it have any kind of aura or like power emanating from it?
Did you feel a little something?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking.
I didn't feel anything.
I'm asking you. Did you feel a little something? Like, is it a?
I don't feel like I felt anything.
Okay.
Do I feel anything now?
Do you think
from a distance with the box being sealed and all that stuff? I can definitively tell you no, that you don't.
So I'm not even sure if what he showed us was the real one anyway. So, because I didn't feel anything. So I mean, I don't know how magic works, but I'm just trying to.
Yeah, and it works differently there's no definitive answer.
Yeah. Don't mind me.
How it works? No, you're.
I'm just trying to.
Is he just mumbling to himself? Or?
Yeah. I'm trying to reason
This happened a brief moment in.
But he's not saying it out loud. Like we never said to anybody.
No. This was between.
Okay,
it's in my mind. It's like
So
when he showed it, like he picked it up.
I'm so
Did
sorry.
I feel anything? Because based on the history books, it was like this shining aura of hope, and like I didn't get that from that when he showed it to us. So either it's lost its power, or it's a fake, and then maybe there's a fake in here. I don't know. Where's the real one? Okay. I don't think they have serial numbers on them.
No,
Like diamonds, where you
It's a blood long flame. It's like blood diamonds.
yeah,
All right.
manufactured
I'll just keep that in mind.
Yep.
I'll let it percolate.
Duly noted.
I'll let it
under his brass brain.
Yeah. It's getting hot.
So you're traveling through the city. That you get to.
You've never crossed it with a ferry.
No, you've never crossed at the ferry.
It's a good thing you brought your ferry pass.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been funny.
So you
forgot it. You would have been like, I'll be right back.
You leave the garrison, and the garrison is literally beside the wall. There's a stretch of land. There's no buildings or anything. So you head now. Harper's Crossing has two distinct sections that are separated by the Great Sea. It used to be a river, but when the god of water flooded the area, it swelled up. And it used to.
So it's quite long. Like here, it doesn't look very big, but it's quite big.
Yes. That's a truncated version, just for the sake of
Like
being on a map.
you can't swim across it, kind of thing.
No.
Okay, that's what I was
In
wondering.
fact, it's famously
unswimmable.
unswimmable. It's just a raging torrent, and literally, if you look in the daytime, you can see the biggest waterfall on the planet. Just that way,
See,
where
like
the water
stuff coming off.
all the mist and stuff. It's called the Thundering Falls. Or maybe I should double check and see. It's called the Thundering Falls. Yes. So literally, the water. If you jump in there,
You're dead.
you're gone.
It'd be like jumping into the Niagara River.
I think I'd be fine.
Oh yeah, that's
My fitness is sickly. I'll be good.
That's why we call you Bob.
so.
Cocky in a barrel.
So you reach what's called the West Landing, and along the shore of the swift-moving upper sea, because the lower sea's on the bottom of the falls.
So the falls is south.
At the
We're at the top of the falls.
Yes, you're at the top of the falls, but
The falls goes. The river's flowing that way.
Yes.
Oh,
Reverse falls.
And
it goes up.
it's a stout wooden structure located at an opening in the wall, because there's two walled sections. And down a gentle slope, there's a wooden dock flanked by two stone pillars. And mounted on each of these pillars are ropes. The building consists of an exterior ticket window and an open area protected by 3 half walls. So it's like a building with a guy in a ticket window, and on the other side there's these 3 half walls covered, open, a large open area. And a big wooden sign says Harper's Ferry West Landing. And in the open area are 2 Scorpion bolt throwers. Now they're used by the military. They're big. It's like a crossbow, but on a stand.
So kind of like a ballista?
Kind of, but they're big enough that there's 3-man teams. One person carries when they dismantle it. One person carries the
slightly smaller than
stand.
ballistas.
One person carries the bolts, and the other person carries. And when they fire, it's got a magazine system that automatically loads the bolts, but it takes 2 people to crank and the other person to fire. It's a whole operation. But these 2 Scorpions are looking over the water and where the ferry comes from.
Are they currently manned?
Yes, the crews are there, and they're.
We're just with. I'm going to ask Mateus. Are boats able to go in this water?
Nope.
I was curious.
No, it's too.
What are they
swift.
protecting from?
Oh, if I'm assuming the things that you fought earlier. Maybe there's big
Birds.
Could be.
Shoot the birds over here.
Could be. And there's a number
flying
of,
sharks, sharknadoes.
True. There's a number of Bormer, which is the royal family. They have their soldiers. There's a number of their soldiers also milling around in this area, and you see that there's the ferry does a lot of moves traders from one side of the continent to the other. So there are a lot of people around moving goods. Who knows what they're doing? But you can also see that there's some of the townsfolk there just moving from point A to point B. So Mateus says, okay, let's go. You go to the ticket window. He shows the pass, and there's greetings between whoever is behind the thing. And it sounds like his name's Cam. Okay, whatever. Here you go. Yeah, okay. It seems to be a non-issue. Okay, yeah, you're on the next one that's coming. So you can see that there's a sign posted there that says the trip is free for residents. Outsiders pay 15 geld per trip, and there's 3 scheduled ferry runs. 8 a.m. These are all that are heading that direction. 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m. And so you're apparently you're right in time for this ferry. It hasn't reached this side yet, so it's a little bit before 8. But so that's what's.
So it's 8 a.m., 2 p.m.
8, 2, and 8.
8. Okay.
Do I notice anyone looking at us in an unusual way? Like, obviously, I would expect citizens to be looking at us oh, that might be the box. But is there anyone where it's I'm getting a sort of, why are you staring at me like that sort of thing?
No. There's some tired people. You can see, like I said, there's merchants and stuff that they're, I got lumber out there, or I have wine that has to go across the other side to my buyers in Ellis area or whatever. So there's just a lot of people waiting for this ferry.
Busy about their own business.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to say, sir, to Master Mateus, how long's the trip across?
It depends on once they got the steam engine, it goes much faster, but an hour.
Okay. Not yet. It's not okay.
If the current is really bad and the ferry's being rocked and stuff, it takes longer. But so okay, and across the water, this big raging, you can barely see the other side. But
and you said there's ropes going across?
There's ropes.
That's how the ferry stays on track.
And you see that the ropes on these big stone pillars, the ferry's coming, and it's attached by big rings around these ropes. And it's not just one rope,
and it's being pulled kind of sideways.
In the center is a big steam-powered wheel on the center deck. And it's enclosed in a lot of spots, but it's a big boat. And it's coming towards you. People exit the ferry. It takes a while. They go into the area with the soldiers. Apparently there's taxes and tariffs Guy comes out with a book and people with stamps. Yes, you
Gotta take your shoes off.
Yeah, no, it's not. This isn't a totalitarian regime here. They just want to make sure you're not smuggling or. So it explains why there's soldiers. Because this guy's, okay.
Border guards. You
owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this. Anything that goes from point A to point B that wasn't made there. Then eventually they start loading on. You're told to wait till last. Because they want to make sure the weight's distributed properly. So there's big barrels and big stuff that goes on. You start going a little late, but close enough to 8 to without your sundial out, you're not. So crossing the upper sea, it's swift moving and deep running. And you can see that the Harper's Crossing that that these two sections, when you start going over the sea, you can see that there's a whole section that's been put underwater that used to be closer to the river.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see like your building tops. You can see just rubble, and so
it used to be a river. Now
it just swole up and consumed this area. Mm-hmm. 2 heavy guide ropes are strung from shore to shore, and a modern steam engine in the center of the ferry powers 2 massive water wheels that churn the surface of the water as they battle the current. To the north, you can see the fog head, which is the massive plume of mist that hangs over the Thundering Falls. And without question, this craft would fail. Should this craft fail, it would be a quick and terrifying few minutes in the sea before you're cast over the most massive waterfall in the known lands.
Well, the ropes would have to break. I think we're pretty safe.
Way to tempt fate.
Famous last words.
Okay, you meet the East Landing. It does take about an hour. You are off first, since people can just go very quickly.
We don't have to wait for
okay, single people, come on. They get you off. You're free to go. I guess then on this side, then the goods are taken into the open area, stamped, taxes paid, whatever. Business stuff you don't need to know. The only difference on this side of the basically the same setup for this building is except for there's a few more soldiers, and hanging on the wall in this open area are 2 massive axes. So that's really, there's some scales and stuff, but there's these 2 massive axes. So you've traveled along. You actually, it's a direct route right from where you are now, out the other side of the building. You pass by an open area set aside for traveling traders. Traveling traders are people who travel around with goods. They're licensed. They're all designated. All towns have them, and you can see there's a couple wagons there. But Mateus doesn't seem to be like, hey, you want to go shopping? And you do pass the wellness center. It's on your left-hand side, and apparently that's where...
There's 2 buildings on the left-hand side?
Yes.
It's the first building?
The bigger building on the...
Closer to the water?
Yes.
Okay. That's where Dave is.
In fact...
I wonder if he got his fingers back.
The Wellness Center, it's a pleasantly adorned building. It seems out of place with those around it. It's got decorative shutters, woodwork to soften the edges, and a coat of rose-colored paint to mask the coldness of its fortified stone structure. All the buildings in this area used to be military. So the people who, once the military relinquished it, and they turned it into a city, like this trading post type thing, this person went out of her way to make sure it looked a little...
Try to soften it a bit.
Yeah. And there's some wood chimes hanging from the corners and a big sign that says Wellness Center. So the assumption is that that's where Dave is or was, or Asterius is.
It was, or and where's the funeral home?
And then you pass another building on the way outside the gate. It's a quick jaunt out there, and that is a gatehouse. It's a wooden building with
on the left side still.
Yes, with a blue painted roof. And what does blue mean?
That means watch.
That is correct. That is the gate for the. That is the gate house for the watch. Well, your brain's on other things. You've got shards.
Yeah, the minutia of every day is beyond
He
you.
doesn't care.
They're just people.
He doesn't need the police. Who cares? It's
Why are those
Why are you
windows?
hitting that post?
It's an open structure comprised mostly of a covered porch and half walls. It shelters members of the watch on guard duty, and it maintains, because it's the way it is opened up. It maintains lines of sight to both the water and to the to the exit out into the woods, and a smaller closed-in portion in the back offers a limited sleeping area for those on shifts. You can see the doors are open right now. You can see some cots as you're walking by. And behind the metal-clad half walls are 3 mounted scorpions. So there's these bolt things, and they're all manned.
Facing towards the woods?
They're facing towards the opening of the big gate that leads out of
There's a wall on this side, too?
of the city. And you're looking at...
There's a wall around this side, too,
Yes.
like the other side?
Yes. Updating your map. Very good. So, you leave the town. Well, so you're on this path anyways. And, a young couple, they're carrying a scarecrow, and they kind of rush past you.
Put my hand in my weapon.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay, and they rush past you, and they got this big smile on their face, and they kind of jostling, and they don't really, they're having a blast, and they just scoot off. But you've never seen it. In the days you've been here, you have no reason to.
They were carrying what?
A scarecrow.
I'm going to look not where they're running or where they came from, but just look around quickly.
See if it's a distraction.
Okay, but there's no. Roll a reasoning.
Am I rolling the red die as well?
Both dice.
Always with both dice.
You want low. Oh, that's pretty low. You rolled a 1 and a 2. 1 on the red die.
Okay, well, you look around and...
Have I solved the mystery?
You notice the mayor cheating on his wife.
And he's on the other side of the river.
You can see that you notice there's some things that are a bit different than you notice elsewhere. Some of the watch have a green leaf stuffed on, like pinned to their cloak, and some of the houses that you see have big, awkward scarecrows jammed into them, and you're deducing that this is part of this festival, this feast fest. It must be some sort of tradition or something, because no one else is paying attention to what is clearly some sort of scarecrow-based shenanigans.
Scarecrows also keep away birds,
That is true.
like tutorials.
And ghosts.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Obviously, you rolled a 12 on your reasoning.
I wouldn't even bother rolling.
Okay.
Okay.
Are the scarecrows like normal scarecrows, or are they adorned in a different way than?
Are they particularly frightening?
They're not particularly...
Like, are they just basic things, or are they elaborate?
Yeah. They're kind of elaborate.
Okay.
Are they filled out enough to look like they could become animatronic and kill us all?
Wow, you went to a dark, dark place.
I assume.
Some do, and some don't.
I keep my eyes on the ones that do.
Okay.
I've always had a fear.
I
of
think you're
scarecrows.
losing sanity on your own.
I don't have much to lose. Don't worry.
So you've reached the gate. Short time outside the gate. You're now leaving the city behind. And older woman approaches the three of you, and she has some pastries, and she looks at you three in particular, but not at the adept or at Matthias. And she reaches into the bag, and she tries to hand you some pastries. This is a gift from your mother. This is a gift from your mother.
My mother died.
Mine too.
What do I know about the festival? What's the proper response?
I don't know if you know a proper response. You could roll or take a chance on.
I won't take it.
I won't take it at it. I'll thank her though.
I will take it. What's the worst that can happen?
Okay.
And I'll thank her.
Okay.
Well, the wellness center is just right there.
Your son thanks you.
Well, she said, thank you, and she hands you the pastry, and are you sure? Are you sure? Thank you for your service to our city.
I'll take one, but I don't eat it. And I think I repeat what did you say again?
Your son thanks you.
Your son thanks you.
Okay. So she moves along, and then she leaves, and she says, "Happy feast to you and yours." And she moves along. And now you have a box in one hand and a pastry in the other. You have a box in one hand, an empty hand in the other.
My hand's still in my sword.
Second, let me put offhand pastry.
And you have a pastry in your hand.
Now, what kind of pastry is it? Is it like a donut? Is it like a
Danish
eclair?
type.
That's a good breakfast pastry. Eat it.
I'm gonna actually eat it.
It's delicious. It's delicious. Seems like the perfect thing to eat on the eve of a festival for feasting.
Yum.
I don't have a pocket or anything to put this thing in, do I?
No.
You can put it on top of the box.
Put it on top of the box.
Okay, sacred artifact. Okay.
Put it inside the box.
Take the artifact out and put the pastry in.
What's your etiquette again?
It's like 3. It's not high enough. It's high enough.
Okay. Well,
Mine is like 2. I should be the one who's doing
Ames,
stuff like that.
Ames is too distracted to notice this. He's actually a little bit ahead, so he doesn't.
I believe
see
my
it.
etiquette's 1.
So,
quick question: where are Mateus and?
They're leading the way.
Oh, they're ahead of us.
So they are not focused on the box.
No.
I would like to open the box, but I will lift the pastry.
So Ames did notice the pastry incident. That was probably known as the pastry incident. So you can lift the thing, and the lid is kind of heavy for you, but you're able to lift it up, and you can look inside and see a.
Is it possible I can put my shoulder under the door and touch the artifact?
I'll just hold it up for him while I'm carrying it. Well, I'm seeing
You
poor
do
guy
have
struggle.
You do have a free.
Yeah, we both do. He put the pastry, unless he picked the pastry back up. What happened to the pastry? Throw it on the ground. He put it in his mouth.
So you want to reach in and grab, at least touch the artifact?
I want to see if I feel any power from it.
You put your hand on the artifact. It is surprisingly smooth, even though the edges are jagged looking. And do you feel some power?
Yes. I don't know what to answer here. Well, I don't know. Do I?
We're weaving a story here. Do you feel some power?
Yes, I do.
You certainly do.
I feel power running through me.
You feel a lot of power running through you.
In fact, my eyes are glowing.
There is a definitive.
I might have radiation.
Do I see his eyes glowing?
I'll drop the box lid when he starts getting crazy.
I see his eyes glowing?
If you were able to see him because you're in the behind.
Well, I assume we're going sideways.
You're looking. You're both looking over, and yet
the moment he starts going crazy, I'm like,
no. As soon as I see his eyes like that, I'm like, get away from my Danish.
So yeah,
it is in his mouth. He was holding it. In his
Are you holding my Danish in your mouth? You ass.
You feel.
You didn't need it.
Okay.
Do I see an image of the battlefield?
I'm just going to need to make some notes.
And warriors fighting of yore and death knights thundering down upon me?
He better not be drooling on my Danish.
I think he drools on everything.
If I look at a scarecrow, will it come to life?
That's not his handicap.
It's like, I look at a scarecrow, it comes to life. Yay! It's really hard to raise a family. Not if they're all buried next to each other. What?
So, briefly, for a moment, you felt this power, and it was almost, you didn't get a chance to really think about it, explore it, something. You saw some symbols, you were this close to some understanding, and then clonk, the lid lands on you.
Damn it!
And you recoil your hand from the artifact, but you felt a lot of power, and even a couple more moments, and you were either going to learn a lot or give in to something.
Have you learned nothing from Temple of Doom? No. From Ark of the Covenant?
I think if you open the Ark, you all die, don't you?
Well,
We didn't die, so we're doing all right. I'm gonna close my eyes.
You are walking in a busy street. So,
Well, I'll like hold on to the
Well,
box.
he's behind the box, so we're kind of blocking the way for anybody to get.
okay, so,
Oh, I'll just close my eyes and stop for a second.
okay, so you close your eyes and stop for a second.
What's the image I see when I open my eyes?
It's
Like when I open my eyes, is there like a, when you look at the sun and then you close your eyes and you look, you kind of like see
You
that.
see the
that-
shape of the crystal?
Nothing?
No.
All right. I'll catch up.
Okay.
Here's
I'll put Danish.
I take the Danish. And, you keep it. I look around. Is there any other woman giving out Danish?
It is delicious.
You won't say no again.
I feel hungry from all that power.
Power hungry.
Okay, and
I feel like I want to touch it.
neither that would be something.
I feel like I really want to touch it again.
Mateus didn't notice anything, and Ames at some point he looks back, but when he sees you just like
Gnawing on a dish.
doddering from out from behind and stuff, he's just okay. He still looks a little concerned. He has since his first time you saw him, but this is a big deal for him, for his church, so
He'd probably get a promotion if he gets this
he might get to start training in the next level of. So
bullshit.
Might make him Pope.
Might be Coco Pope, yeah.
Adept to Pope. Next level.
in one fell swoop.
I don't know how their religion works.
Who knows?
You want someone outside the establishment.
So you've headed. There's a big road that leads through the city, and that leads off, and leads off to where you're from, and up into the north is a.
Oh, he's from on this side of the river?
Yes.
Oh.
And Mateus starts going up this, and it's a pretty wide, but it's dirt trail, a path, a road. It's wide, but not you. Now you know you're on the traveled King's Road, secure. You're heading up into the woods.
I keep my eyes in the shadows and the bushes or whatever. Make sure there's nobody going to pop out on us.
And your company moves along the dirt road north. It is hilly and hilly in spots, and it's kind of uneven in others. There are others traveling the road here, both to and from the memorial. So there's people coming and people going. Some you recognize, such as as a cross-looking Candace Porter. If you remember, she had to get her drunkard husband out of the tavern.
The one time I smiled.
She's
Never again.
She's heading in the direction of the town. She's guiding her son Stanley, which you've heard about, and she's got him by the scruff of the neck, and he's almost off his feet. And he's
How old Stanley?
12.
So not quite old enough to be in the wardens.
Yeah, 10, 12, in and around there. He's dirty and his hair's all messed up. And she's got him.
Father like son.
And you can see his face is all red because she's got him by the scruff. And did you just smile for a second time at a child being abused?
I like this lady more and more.
Okay, and he's nursing a bandaged hand, and she's like,
Wasn't he?
I can't
Your
leave.
handiwork.
I can't leave you alone for 2 minutes. Blah blah blah. So they go past, and then someone else, a woman comes up to you, a bit younger, and she's got a big smile on her face, and I got a gift from your mother on the festival. And she reaches in and here, take a pastry.
I take a pastry. I thank her.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you. The feast. Happy festival to you.
Happy Festivus.
And then
I challenge her to a test of strength.
she moves along. And if you could hand the little thing over to Rob.
I've done it now. Should
Okay.
have taken a pastry.
And and you can see others on the road. They appear to be involved in preparations for the ceremony because there's a a cart moving up along the one side that's got decorations. You can see some food, some with tables and stuff like that. They're heading up. Other people are heading down. But is there anything you're going to be doing, talking about? Just a nice path. There's plenty of people to
Keep my eye out. Suspicious.
Okay.
Don't like all his mother talk.
I'm gonna walk up to my partner in crime.
Okay. So you approach Bernhard, kind of like saddling up close to him, whispering distance.
I felt the power of the crystal.
Eddie, what are you up to?
Power of the hoodoo?
There's so much power in it.
I glance over at Matthias and
Aims their head yet.
I glance back at you.
And then I'm closer.
What the hell are you talking about?
Creepy little motherfucker.
Shut up!
I'm getting that vibe too. He's a little on the creepy side.
I'm just like sickly and idiot.
At least he's not creeping me out.
I was like, what?
I'm missing half a cheek.
I grab you by the shoulder and I say, "What's wrong with you?"
I don't know. I felt something.
Listen, all we gotta do is deliver this
Look
box.
at my hands. They're shaking.
That's just the palsy, Eddie.
I like that Edmund's been shortened to Eddie in a record time.
And then I'll see the pastry he has, and I'll grab it and I'll start eating it.
What's wrong with you?
I'm hungry. I don't know why. I'm just so hungry.
Okay, he starts bashing on your pastry.
Give me this back, you ass!
I yield. I yield.
I'll shake my head at these two antics.
And now I'm looking for another woman with pastry.
Should have eaten it when he got it.
I, in fact, am looking also for a woman with another pastry because I'm starving.
So
I don't know what happened.
now you hear
What is this?
authoritative barking voice from up front. You two sort yourselves out. Matthias he's noticed this. He doesn't seem to care about like goings on, but he knows when two of his troops are getting out of sorts. And you can tell he's giving you that look. Like he'll come down on you both feet in about 2 seconds.
I'll quickly skulk
Okay.
behind
It's
the
going to
box.
look like... You're like, well,
I look,
what you saddled me
I
with.
glance at you and go, Eddie, I'm going to get you back for this.
I probably could have carried the box by myself, really.
That could have been a possibility, but because of its precious nature, it's designed to be carried by two
They don't
people
want someone to drop
of
it
the
or...
same size,
rough
the
with
same strength.
Then you couldn't defend yourself if someone attacked
That
you.
is true.
Yeah, but at least I wouldn't be distracted by you two. I just dropped the box.
Not my crystal.
Okay, so you make the trip.
We're turning into Gollum on this.
My precious.
After an hour, the Lantern Memorial comes into view. To the west of the memorial is an area being prepared for food. It's got, it looks like there's some casks. There might be some beverages after the ceremony. There's, they're making food. It looks like there's a lot of some decorations and stuff being put up. So it looks like this is kind of a big deal. It's from what you can see at a distance to the west. And the closer you get to the memorial itself consists of a wide, flat cobblestone. There's a hilltop that they just sheared off the top. It's flat and cobblestone. It's pretty wide. And in the center, there's a waist-high stone pillar that has 4 spires that jut out from the side, and they almost reach into the center.
I'm going to hide my disdain, or poorly hide my disdain for all this frivolity.
Okay.
How does that look?
It's a bit of a scowl.
Remembering things. So, and mounted between those stone spires are these stained glass, round stained glass. It looks like a globe to a lantern, but you know it's not a lantern because it's a giant stone structure with this heavy stained glass globe.
Like a sphere.
It's it makes it almost a sphere.
It's a reflector. They call those things? Refractor. Make the light shine better.
Yeah.
Make a roll.
Make a roll.
My character doesn't know that.
See if you can become more stupid.
My character looks like and goes, stupid windows.
And so Mateus, he says, okay, you just wait here. You just watch the box. Me and Adept Ames, we're going to take a walk around. So
let's put the box down so we're more prepared to defend it.
Okay, I put the box down, but I go right to him, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You had 3 pastries.
I'll keep my eye on the box.
I've had no pastries. You get me in trouble with Mateus, I swear to God, I regret the day they made you my partner.
And they were delicious. The last one had like so shaved,
Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
shaved almonds, and it had a sugar powder coating.
Just think though, when you eat them, it tastes that much better.
But am I not feeling like hungry, like almost ravenous?
No,
from touching the crystal.
No, you had 3 pastries.
Damn it! It's just in his brain. He feels that way.
You're feeling pretty sponsified.
Swear to God. Which God would I be swearing to?
If your family had worshipped one, maybe you can choose one.
I'm an orphan, so I have no idea.
Oh, well, then you chose...
I swear to all the gods.
I swear by King Nestor, I will flay you and eat you alive. I'm not from the hell of the Cannibal King, but I am now.
I'm an honorary member.
Honorary member.
Okay, so you two are having your little discussion, and walking up to you, you hear a familiar voice. Oh, why, hello, boys.
Colonel Sanders?
Much worse.
Much worse.
That's the mayor.
It's Jack Incarnate.
You must not have met him during your trips around the city, but
you could just tell by my crestfallen face it wasn't exciting.
This is Mayor Sewell. He's the very well-to-do mayor of Harper's Crossing. He's got a cane and he's got a nice white suit type situation going on here, and he's smiling. He's impeccably. His facial hair is all done. Well, hello, boys. How are you fine day? I think this is a gorgeous day for the Lantern Festival. The festival eve. I'm pleased as punch.
My leg's still sore.
I already knew about this from the podcast, so I'm like, I was waiting for you to respond.
You like to talk, apparently, and this guy likes to talk, apparently.
Apparently, my etiquette is not very good. In fact, my etiquette is sickly.
Well, I don't know what you boys are babbling about between the two of you, but, son, I remember you. I remember you. Now, how was your friend there? I seem to remember he was in a world of hurt.
We're not sure if he'll make it.
Well, that is highly suspect. Actually, knowing my anatomy and such, but I do.
I don't know if he'll make it.
I do recommend that.
Lost a finger. Terminal.
They're practicing to be pallbearers.
He's in the box.
He's in the box. What's in the box, boys?
So then he says,
Stubby.
I collected bounty on those, and I will deliver them personally to you as my thanks.
I brighten up a bit.
I made sure that you got paid the most you could be paid for adult tutorials.
No, thank you very much, sir.
So I will be tending to that very shortly. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind peek inside there and take a look at the Long Flame for just a peace of mind.
Yeah, we should show.
I did vote for him.
We should show
I'll
him.
put my hand on the top of the box. I'll say you'll have to ask Master Mateus.
What's it gonna hurt?
I like the way this kid thinks.
Look at him.
That's a video podcast.
Yeah, that's right. You need visuals on that one.
He's having a hard time not visualize, like showing that.
Keeping his lunch in.
Yeah, you are literally
I got like
repulsive.
pink flakes all over me.
You are literally repulsive, and he's.
I believe it's hideous, not repulsive.
Yeah, and sickly.
Okay, well
We
then,
sent our best out to protect this thing.
he says to you, I thought we were. Like I don't know.
We take our job very seriously.
Are you two on board with this? Like I just want to take a look at.
Well,
something.
wait a second. If we show him the flame, maybe he can do us a favor.
I'll look at him.
Hey, we're not going to get anywhere in the world by carrying boxes around and hammering posts.
Don't mock my previous profession.
Mall
It was
boy.
good, solid work. He has a mall he can get me.
And look, you got replaced. So look, where are you now?
Well, okay, I'm a very important man. I've got those streamers are not going up the way they should be over there. That pig should have been started a long time ago. I've got stuff to do. So either I'm going to take a look and make sure that the flame has made it to this far, or I will just have to hold it on you. The three of you, you are responsible should anything happen from here on out. So open the box.
I assure you, sir, that we are not responsible.
For anything.
My hand's still in the box.
Okay, and eventually someone that you don't recognize shows up. He comes up and goes, Sir, we have a situation over here, and eats the mayor like chuffs a little bit, and then I will be back. And then he saunters off, and he looked perturbed, but as soon as he turns around, big smile on his face. Hi, hello, Bertrand. It's good to see you. They shuffle off. They move off to deal with the.
I'll just say to them, we can't trust that man.
Why? He's the mayor.
I think never trust a man.
Where do you come from? Like, mayors are elected by the people.
Okay, so
Did the mayor do something bad to you?
Yeah, he got me in a fight with stupid turkeys.
So eventually, Mateus and Ames are still gone, but they made a big circuit around this hill. They were either looking for something or they're just making sure something, whatever, and they're still gone.
It's like almost like they wanted to get stolen.
No, they left it with two. No one. It doesn't look like this isn't like a high crime area. It doesn't look like
They wouldn't dare.
pretty laxed in like. There's no soldiers. There's no. This is a memorial for peace. It's not. There's no.
That's the issue, I think. There's no soldiers. There's no security. We're it. This place
Wait,
is screwed.
can I ask a quick observation question?
Yes, that's what this time is for.
Is anyone armed other than the five of us? Well, I don't know. Well, I'm assuming Mateus has a weapon on him somewhere up on his person. Does he have a visible weapon?
Mateus, yes,
Okay, so he visibly has a weapon
Yes.
on his
short sword.
Yeah. The other gentleman, nothing, and then the three of us.
Yep.
Looking around, does anyone have any weapons?
You killed them all.
Not visible.
No, well, obviously, not. And okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
just keep my head on.
So I always expect trouble when people aren't expecting trouble. Like it's like
exactly.
you just had to carry a heavy box. The adventure's almost over. It is literally.
Well, we were told to watch the box.
You could hide spears and scarecrows.
You can hide scarecrows and scarecrows. We're still not sure about that.
These are all valid points.
actually some of the ones that look like they could come to life, maybe they're just people inside them.
Exactly. You never know.
It's the Trojan Scarecrow.
That's true. That is true. That is a very distinct possibility. So keep an eye out.
Or I'm just fucking mad.
Well, we know that.
So eventually, Mateus and Ames come around from that direction on the other side of the hill, and they return to position. Mateus looks a bit concerned.
He came back over to us.
Yes.
I'm going to say, sir, the mayor was trying to get into the box. We stopped. We deterred him. just to let you know if he complains about it, we thought that was our duty.
Okay, well, duly noted. The replica is missing.
Wow, that went from where are we going? Toronto? Then why are we on the road to Buffalo? Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
There is a display on the other side of this field that has the new replica that's going to be permanently mounted inside the
Who would
lantern.
steal a replica?
That's the thing. And even, it's not that important for the ceremony, except for the Goblin King is coming today. He has to, before it gets mounted, he has to bless this thing. That is the terms of this agreement of moving it. If we don't have something that looks just like the Long Flame back in that display case, and this big, it's got flowers around it. There's people supposed to be fawning over it.
Did people think that the fake one was the real one? Obviously, the mayor knew this was the real one.
The curator of the museum is on her way, and when she gets here, and I don't want to do this because the wormy kid's got a head on his shoulders, but boy, I don't know how you kids are going to handle it, but literally, it's us here, so I have no other choice, and we got to keep this on the DL.
I like how you call him the wormy kid. I'll just nod to him.
I'm sickly, not wormly. I might have worms, but not wormly.
Should we move the box to a more secure location? We're kind of exposed to.
Well, as you say this, a woman hurries over. Now, Ames, he's beside himself at this point.
There goes his Pope promotion.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god. His job doesn't even start yet. He's going to be carrying it. He was just there to like make sure that the real thing. Now he doesn't know what's going on. Why would they steal a replica? Did they think it was the real thing? Things are going through his brain now. So a woman approaches. She's very short with a solid build, and she's got her large hazel eyes are like wide and animated. She shows up. She doesn't say hi. She doesn't. She goes, "We've got to find it. We've got to find it."
Oh,
got to protect the real thing, I would think.
What's Mateus's title?
Master.
Yeah, he's a weapons master.
So, do I just call him Master Mateus?
You can. That's his.
Master Mateus, who was in charge of protecting the relic, and where are they now?
He says, "Well, you're gonna have to. All your questions are gonna go after. This is Elin Starway. She's the curator of the museum.
Very sexist for not asking them.
She was she was here. She was our foot on the ground here with in that regard. You know as much as I do now, and that's why me and Ames, me and the adept, we're going to start looking around there. You talk to Elin, and we're going to try and sort something out." So he and the adept started back there. They're going to looks like they're going to be shaking some trees to see if some apples fall out. Back over there, see what the. So now you are in front of this woman who's the curator of the museum. Ask away. Well, actually, Rob goes first.
I'm going to. No, I'm going to ask her. We should get into a secure location before you discuss anything further.
Oh, you think they might try to take the real thing?
I was looking like she's an idiot.
How does that look like? It's like your scowling face. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same face every time.
Okay, she goes, yes. Let's. Where? Then you look. It's a hilltop, exposed hilltop with a monument. Outside is a wide open area, and in one section to the west, they're setting up tables with food.
Probably at the top in the monument area. At least it's an open area. We can see it.
I can hold it.
Well, they're like, let's move it up there to like the open area, so at least we can see someone coming at us.
Okay. So she starts hurrying up.
Well, let's grab it.
Okay, so you make your way up there. No one stops you. No one even bats an eye. 99% of the people here don't know there's anything afoot.
But isn't the replica on display?
Yeah, but
nobody's really noticed.
It's maybe the people who show up. Oh, it's not here yet. Maybe.
But nobody's. because that's what they're asking. If anybody saw anybody take it.
Well, they're now looking around that area. They're going to shake some trees there. So you get to the top of this monument, and you can see around the monument is large, so you don't get a full view of the area.
But we could see someone charging up on us.
You could see someone charging up, and there's nothing of note on the
And there's no real tree line or anything for us to get sniped from. So.
No.
How big was the actual crystal? Like, it's big.
Foot long.
Yeah, she says the replica was nearly identical to the artifact, except it was made of glass. So it is significantly lighter, but it's the same size, looked the same. It was much sharper. Since it was made of glass, it's significantly sharper than what the true artifact is.
Who was responsible for the replica? And where are they now?
The replica was not under any guard because it's a replica. It's of very little real use or value. Literally, even the artist...
Everybody knew it was a replica?
Yes.
Oh.
This is a well-known fact that this was just going to be...
They weren't going to switch it in secret. Everybody knew it was going to be switched.
It's just an art piece. The artist who made it, he said, even what we paid him for the commission, for this replica and the one that's going to go in the museum to replace in that display here, for them, he says maybe 1,000 geld. Like, it's not worth international incident for 1,000 geld. No one would do that.
I would have done that.
She's incredulous that someone would defile something for that much money.
So there are two replicas?
Yes.
Where's the other replica?
The other replica. Okay, she
I hate
says
being the stupid one. I can't say things.
the replica that was the second replica that you're asking about. That's going in the museum. It's not a full replica. It's flat on the bottom because the way it gets mounted. And everyone knows it's a replica. It says in the display that we've almost finished the finished thing. This is going to commemorate. It's going to be, but it looks very similar to this one. And Mayor Sewell himself, he commissioned it, and I don't know where it is or how. But he's going to do an official ceremony later in the week, and we're going to put it up there on display. And it too is made of glass. It's lighter than the original, just much sharper.
But could it pass for the real one if we were to mount it here?
Yes.
So if we had that one, we could use that to replace the one that would go here, and we can figure out the one that would go in the museum later.
That is... wait, this goes off. We don't need to find the one that's stolen. We can use that one.
But where is that one?
That's why he's got the brass head thing.
She says, I have no idea. I won't know until it makes the museum for the ribbon cutting.
Well, would Mayor Sewell know?
Presumably, yes.
How close are we to where...
And you pissed him off.
You guys are friendly enough. How close are we to where the replica was displayed?
It took a while for Ames and...
big area.
It's a big area, but they went around.
Was it like right on the edge of the cliff kind of thing?
For your vantage point, the hill rolls down, and there's a big open area, and then the tree line, and it's midway between. On the
it wasn't up
side.
Here in the day.
And you can
I didn't know
see
someone just took it and tossed it off the side kind of thing.
some people are gathered around there now, so Mateus is shaking some people down over there. More people are starting to notice, there's something wrong, but they're all kind of like, no, okay, let's not panic.
Well, you guys, I'll guard the artifact if you guys want to try to find Mayor Sewell.
Okay, so where are you going to go?
You said he had to go check on those ribbons if they weren't hanging properly, and there was that pig. I say we head towards the pig. That seems like the bigger problem that you have to deal with.
Well, I'm pretty sure the mayor is not a hard man to find if we just ask around. Have you seen the mayor? People will point in the right direction, and we'll eventually find him. But we can head towards the pig.
All right.
Good thinking.
Oh, they love each other.
So you head towards the area with the food. And sure enough, that's where he said he was going to be. And he's there. He's waving with his cane up. Now I tell you, now you move that table over. Another, keep move it over. Oh, boys. What can I do for you?
Let me get some food at this table.
They're too busy eating to.
Question.
They were like, "Oh yeah, we're looking for the mayor."
Mayor Sewell, I apologize for the incident earlier. I was more than happy to show you the artifact, but we have a few that are a little bit green.
Well, I agree.
They don't understand that sometimes duty needs to go to the side for the better cause.
I like the way you think. You respect authority, and I like that. I like that in a man. You will go far. I will make sure of that. So yeah, your apology is accepted. Now I'm a little too busy to take a look at the artifact now. If that's what you want to let me know, I'll swing back around and take a look one last time before it leaves the town that I love so much.
Well, I would love to make that happen, but could I ask you a favor?
Well, certainly, I'm here to help.
It's something small, nothing major.
That is my job. The mayor's job is to serve the people, and you, my fine friend, are our people.
What kind of meat's in these meat pies?
I understand that there's a replica that's been made that will be in our fair town, Harper's Crossing.
Oh, well, yes. In the museum to replace this one so that we can, bring the school children through and make sure that no one forgets that we once held such an artifact, such a relic in our fair city.
I was wondering if I could take a look at it because I want to make sure that it meets the specs of the one. Because I've actually seen and I just want to make sure that the town is not robbed of an exact duplicate.
Considering the time of year, the feast festival is on its way, and people are happy and joyous, and I think that is a very, very easy thing to accommodate you with. There would be just cruelty not to let you do what you wanted to do. So it is at my manor, the stately Sewell Manor. It is back here. So maybe tomorrow, when you're off duty, I will let you come in and take a look. And right now, Brewster, where is that? Where's the replica? Where? And a man who's been standing there holding one end of some streamers this whole time.
Poor guy.
He was either supposed to higher or lower or whatever. He's like, it's on the mantle, sir. Says, so son, you want to stop by tomorrow? I will let you I'll let you hold the thing. Be careful. It's a bit sharp.
Thank you, Mayor. What time is it?
You're asking him or the mayor?
No, I'm asking in general.
Oh, okay.
So it was 8 o'clock when you reached the ferry. It took you an hour, very little time to get out of the city, but an hour to get up to the monument. So mathematically, it's probably 9:20.
When's the next ferry back?
That's a very good question.
When is the ceremony?
2 o'clock.
No.
It was 2 o'clock to come back.
Yeah. And then when's the next ferry to come back, and when's the ceremony? I'm just curious. I want to know if I can wrap this up without having to find the real artifact.
Okay. Ferry runs. The 3 scheduled ferry runs. 10 a.m., 4 p.m., 10 p.m.
Damn it.
What?
It took an hour to get here.
With the box in hand, walking.
What was it again?
It is
10 a.m. would get us there at 11.
And with your impressive physique, you could probably run there in no
4 p.m., 10 p.m.
4 p.m. 10.
That's downhill from here.
Doing the math, could we make the ferry back and get the artifact and come back in time before the ceremony?
A little higher, Brewster. Little high, right there. You
Lost my pencil.
What was that, boy?
He was talking it. Theoretically.
And your thoughts were interrupted by a very boisterous mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. So, I have your permission to look and inspect the...
Swing on by tomorrow. I'll make sure it's okay.
But I have your permission.
Well, of course.
Could I get that in writing? Just so everything's on the up and up.
But boy, you're starting to weird.
Just sign here.
I'm getting a little...
Eddie, calm down.
I don't want to
Mayor,
go to his
Mayor.
I don't want to go to his mansion.
sorry.
They're like, there's thieves. There's thieves.
Can you please do this for me? Because if you don't, he's going to be all excited. It's like, what if the mayor he's not there and I want to see it and he won't let me see it? He will drive me nuts. Please do this favor for me.
I neither have the time nor the energy to write you a contract to come visit my home.
Not a contract, just a note. Just a note.
This is highly unusual.
I know it is.
Highly unusual.
He comes from a broken home.
I have to go. That pig was supposed. Did they not know how long it takes to roast a pig? How long have you been working for me? Well, do you think I want undercooked pork? And he
back to the box.
Heads over.
Right.
Head to the box.
While they were gone, the curator was there with you. She was relieved, and then she says,
Is she hot?
I told you, she's short, older, heavy set. If that's your type.
Exactly your type, Brock. Exactly your type.
You do you. I don't care.
That's low hanging fruit.
Or right in your wheelhouse. Artist subjective. That could be.
I'm not really paying too much attention to her. I'm watching out for anybody coming at me.
Okay. So she's there and,
Give it a try.
We have to let Bumbling McGee over here.
So,
chops off fingers. Let him know.
So she says, oh yeah, well, the ceremony starts at dusk. It's good. We've got the original thing. We'll get the replica.
What time of year is this? It's still summer-ish years.
Yes, before
so
autumn.
Dusk is pretty late.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. And she says, and hopefully King Ugmar it doesn't show up much before then. So we should have enough time to.
He's a goblin.
Yes.
Is it a pastry?
He's the goblin. All the clan chieftains that they've got something called the United Tribe, the Goblin Tribes, and they have one king, and he's it. This is a big deal.
They've done well for themselves after the war.
When he shows up, that this is going to be a great honor. And
where were you when the thing was found missing?
I don't know when that was. To be honest, I saw it. I was around, and then it was gone. It could have been any time during maybe an hour span.
I can't see how people would have missed it, disappeared.
Well, if someone came over, picked it up, are they supposed to? Are they not supposed to? It's literally valueless. It's a big piece of glass.
Well, it's not valueless. It's going to cause trouble with the goblins.
Maybe. Hopefully not.
And
it's not valueless because we did pay the artist to make a bunch. So
you paid him?
Yes.
He got his money?
Yes.
So it wouldn't be him trying to get back.
No.
So it's someone wanting to stop the goblins and the humans being at peace.
We put him up in town at the very nice inn. We paid him, and we've been working with him for months. He came, he got sketches.
What side of the river? Which part of town?
Oh, this side of the river. He's in the Hart Family Inn, which is just it's near the big water fountain. You know the big water fountain. The big water feature.
Did we see a big water feature?
You didn't, but she assumes you've been around more.
That's why I thought you were playing knives in it. No. This is the first time I've been on this side of the river.
Oh, okay. It's not that far. No.
I wonder if he has maybe he might even have a mock-up or something he did.
You said he had two.
But he's already given the one to the man.
No, just mock-ups.
Oh, what? With the what?
Well, when the first draft was just a rough, and then he made another one. But
have you seen any of these?
Yes, I worked with him very much from the sketch stages. He's from Woodhaven. It's a famous.
How's the rest look? Does it look good enough to fool a goblin?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't. To be honest, I didn't want to insult him, but they looked the same as.
So he might still have that on it.
Yeah, but he's leaving town this morning. He should be leaving town this morning.
Damn, I'm gonna look around for these guys.
Okay, they're way down but they're heading up.
I'll start waving them over like, hurry the fuck up.
Okay.
Oh, we're already rushing up.
So they're rushing that way. You're rushing this way, and
I got some news.
So do we. You go first.
The artist is in the town that we just came through on this side of the river, and he might have a mock-up of what it looks like, and she said it's pretty accurate to what it looks like. That might be able to fool the goblin.
We know where the replica is.
Is it close by?
No, it's in the mayor's mansion. What we'll do is we'll go. I'll talk to the main guy. He'll sneak in, say we need a pig.
No, you say we need a pig.
You need a pig? He's gonna get the crystal. Then we hide the crystal in the pig. And then we get back over here because the pig was burning and the mayor's upset.
Maybe we could just ask the artist for the mock-up.
We could do that too.
Yeah, but the fairy's leaving soon.
No, but he's on this side.
No, but if we got to do our plan.
Our plan, we need to go now.
Well, if you go in town, grab the artist, get the thing from him, and then if it's not good enough, then go across.
I don't think we have that much time.
Okay, we take the guy with us. We can talk to him on the ferry. If it's not the right thing, when we get to the other side, we go say we need a pig because the pig burned and the mayor's upset. They go get us a new pig. He keeps him occupied. I go get the crystal.
Okay.
Actually, in fact, if we bring the artist with the mock-up one, we can replace the one in there with the mock-up one saying, sorry, that one is
as long as you get back by dusk, I don't really care how it happens. Dusk is when this ceremony starts.
Right. So are you in?
I'm staying here with this one to protect this one.
No, we need you though.
I'm protecting.
What if there's tutorials?
What if this girl's gonna steal this one too?
This plan is too... I just want you to know this plan is too convoluted to fail.
This plan is too convoluted to fail. What happened? We forgot our ferry passes.
We're trapped on this side of the river.
Did she like my implication?
No, she did not care for your implication, but she's not too worried. She knows she didn't take it, and that's good enough for her.
And her reaction was she didn't
knows there was people milling around that area.
But she didn't be like, "How dare you?" She didn't overreact.
No. This is a tragic situation, and she's.
I'm gonna say, hey, maybe you can go to check on the artist and grab the replica for us.
Well, I can watch this.
You didn't do so well watching the replica. I'm not letting you watch the real.
I was supposed to be watching that one, but
I am supposed to be watching the real one.
What if we get Mateus and the adept here?
Okay, that's acceptable.
Yeah, I say we give her our swords. She protects this one.
She's going to go get Mateus. You go get them, and we'll discuss what we're happening here.
Right. Okay, so eventually she runs down. They come up. They're like, okay, so there was plenty of people around there. There was people who should have been, people who shouldn't have been. We couldn't find any.
Well, she says the artist might have a replica, plus the mayor has the real replica in his house.
Or the replica that's going in the museum.
Yeah. So there's two replicas, and then there's a mock-up that she says looks almost the same.
Okay.
So we're going to try to forget the one for the artist, because he's going to leave town right now, so we're leaving right now. And if that fails, we're going to go get the one from the mayor, and we'll be back by dusk. If you guys can watch this, because someone has to watch it, and I think you guys are better equipped to watch the real thing than to go get fake ones.
So he says,
that's cold.
Mateus says, I can watch this. There doesn't need to be the two of us here. He says, Adept, would you prefer to be here or at the thing? He's like, I'll leave it up to them. They seem to know. So you can leave Master Mateus. He's a skilled swordsman. You know he's
our master too. We're not going to say against him.
I don't think we get to do that.
So he's going to stay here. You know that there's very few people that are going to be able to do this.
I'll start heading back towards town right now.
That the adept, he's said the adept can come or go. So is there a consensus on that?
I'm already leaving.
Okay, so he's already heading back down.
Mateus, is it okay if the adept comes with us?
Yes, if you think that's more helpful.
His knowledge may be helpful.
Okay. So the name's, okay, well then, yes, we'll be back in time. I have faith.
Plus, if he's a cleric, he might be able to heal us. He should chop off our fingers. Rob.
There's any horses around?
Yes.
Do you know how to ride a horse?
No.
How are you going to learn if you don't crawl?
That's right. That's not your motto.
Broken hip. I'm feeble, remember? I'm going to die.
We could throw him over a side saddle.
Just ride one of the saddles.
I have the falling
just throw him over the back like a side.
I have the falling skill now, not the riding skill.
Okay, so he's
How long did it take us to get here? 20 minutes, you said?
to get to
From the town to here?
from the road at the end of the town to here was an hour. So it's going to take you, but you are walking uphill carrying a case.
Yeah, I'm running.
Like we weren't in a hurry. Like
I'm actually running.
Okay, so you guys are still chattering a bit, and he gets his hoof on. He starts actually running.
I think I can run for an hour. Well, it's only going to be like half an hour probably.
I'll start jogging.
Okay, and
I know where he's going,
Yeah.
so
he starts running. You take about 4 or 5 steps and realize there's no way that you're going to be able to.
can I walk briskly?
You can start to walk briskly and huff and puff a little bit.
Am I able to walk quickly, having seen him, like, after seeing him try to run?
There was a much comedy in his valiant attempt, but then you can start moving quickly as well.
All right, done.
Okay.
Leave some for me. Must be those 3 pastries I ate.
Oh, I'm getting a cramp.
I get a
Good
cramp.
thing I'm not swimming.
That's right. I don't run.
I don't know.
So you're speeding along down the path. Like I said, it's busy, but there's enough room. You're not knocking anyone over. It's stuff.
I wouldn't care if I was.
Okay.
Cold-hearted.
Only cruel.
You make it a good half an hour. You're at the base of the thing. You guys are still. It's faster going down than, but you can see him getting smaller and smaller in the distance, and it winds through the hills and stuff, and he's gone.
Is it faster if I roll down the hill?
No, it would be much more painful. But this is a winding path that is hilly, uneven in spots. And
Wait, is there someone with like a horse and a cart?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to him and say, "How much to like get us down to the bottom of the hill as fast as you can?"
how lucky are you that there's someone with a cart and a horse heading
pretty
towards
lucky.
town rather than away from town?
Fate says you'll be able to do this.
Fate says I can do this.
You're not asking for fate. Fate thinks that's pretty unlikely, but God of luck, God rest his soul, might be.
God rest his soul. Hey, I'm trying to get down there without killing myself.
Yeah. You're holding him up. You can tell that's
So
Nice.
my
He
luck,
rolls good again.
so. What's your luck?
I think
Then he rolled 3.
my luck is fortunate.
You are fortunate, and you will. There is a cart coming down. It's very small. It looks like it used to have like kegs or something on there, but it is a horse, not a stallion, it's a field horse, and it's going down in that direction.
Good sir, how is it possible we can get us down to the harbor as quickly as possible?
Happy feast day to you and yours, he says. Oh, young man, what is it you need?
We need to get down to the harbor. It's an important emergency.
Oh,
Look at me.
Look at me.
I'm deathly ill. I need to get to the wellness center.
Oh God, what happened to you?
I don't know.
I was stung.
you know what? He looks you over. He cannot determine whether that is factual or not. You are disfigured. You do have a look at it, and he's like, "Oh my God!" So, help him into the cart. Lift him into the cart. And
Who said being hideous wasn't to your advantage?
he's gesturing to Bernhard. Get him up into the cart. Get him in the cart.
It hurts. It
Oh,
hurts.
boy, this is.
I throw him in a little more roughly than he needs.
Okay, you throw him in.
It's a good thing I have a brass cap.
Whatever was in the bottom of the cart was dirty at one point, and you're chucked in there, and there's a smell, but certainly once you're aboard, he starts moving, and it's quicker. He doesn't have the horse. The terrain won't allow it, but the horse is going much faster, and eventually you catch up to Gray. You've reached your stamina. You're like, oh, I'm at here, but I'm at the. You start hitting, and then you hear. and going past you.
and then turns right away from where we're supposed to be going to the wellness center.
Well, that's the thing. Refik, if for the listening audience, can you show me what you look like sitting in the cart? He is pantomiming an injury.
I'll just shake my head, and I'm in town now?
You are at the gates of the town, and the cart and it starts heading in. They've got a destination, apparently.
Is there guards at the gate, right?
Yes.
Can you point me to the inn on this side?
Oh, okay, yes. So you want the Hart family inn?
Sure.
It's right by the big water pool.
Where's the big water pool?
Oh, okay. My apologies. So
There's no big water pool on this map.
It's next to the wellness center.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's
We're there.
Where's the water pool? It's next to the inn. Where's the inn? Next to the water pool. Stop telling me this.
So apparently this is a big thing. There's something.
Everybody obviously knows where this
everyone's
is.
landmarking it. And unfortunately, can I see your map?
Hopefully it's somewhere under.
I didn't expect that.
Okay,
but it worked. Got us down
Here
there.
you go, Ennis. Do whatever you want with that. Just don't write numbers.
Show me where everything is.
Rob, you are here. What?
This thing?
No.
I'm listening
Hurry up.
quite intently.
You are listening quite intently. Now, how many scorpions did you were on this side of the?
2. There's 3 on the water, I think. Only 2 over here. Or is there 3 over here too? Try to count them.
Okay, well then we're gonna double check right now. And oh, hey, look at that! On this side, landing.
Well, it's at the gatehouse, not the landing.
Gatehouse. 3. Oh, unfortunate. Can I have this back again?
Sure.
He gives you a description. He tells you some information, and you just cannot.
I think I see something on. Can I have my pen back? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to be like, okay, I think I know where it is, and I'll.
And if you can hand the item over to Refik.
This thing?
Yep.
Terrific. Yeah. So this building, I think it's this building here. The first one on the right. Is that it?
Okay.
I'm going to go there hoping that's
So
it.
you start heading in that direction. And you see them.
They're going to the wellness center.
They are going to the wellness center. So I will deal with you first because you chumble along. You get to a long wooden building that has 3 discernible floors above the ground and a wide ramp leading down into a lower ground level at one end. There are 2 doors in the front of the building. One is a man-sized door, and the other is barn doors. You can see people bustling around doing stuff, and you can approach the building.
Yeah, I'm going to walk up. Is there a sign or anything over the door?
No.
I would think an inn would have a sign. Do I see the fountain?
Do you see the fountain? You look past the building because the path goes to this long building. You're looking past the building, and you can see a thin. It's not a fountain, but you can see something in the distance. People are gathered around it.
We're near the wellness center more, or
away from the wellness center.
Okay, around the corner the other way.
They're directly away from the wellness center.
Okay, damn it. I'm going to go around that corner then, because I don't think that the inn would have a sign. And I'm going to check that other building closer to the wall on that side. Past the fountain, it looks
Past
like.
the fountain. Okay. A carved wooden sign that reads Hart Family Inn arches over the road, atop 2 posts. Beyond that is a quaint stone building. It stands apart from the rest of the city. Pushed tight against the wall and surrounded by trees, it could be easy to miss from the main road.
That's what I saw originally. Okay, I'm going to run up to the steps of it.
Okay, the ground floor is some stables. So there's horses and stuff and people. It looks busy.
God damn it, I don't know the artist's name.
There's you go inside to the second floor. There's a common. There's a not a cavern, but there's certainly a food area. Like it doesn't have a drinking area. There's not a distinct bar. It looks like it's just a place where people are eating. This time of the day, there's no one in there. But then you can also see there's people who are obviously staff or something. That
Is there a front reception desk?
not really.
I'll go into the bar area. Is there like a barkeep
But this is
or like
this
an
room
open
has
food area?
and-
Or just people people workers just milling around?
Yeah, like cleaning up after the breakfast thing.
Okay, I'll go up to the closest one.
Okay. And she says, "Oh, may I help you? Welcome to the Hart Family Inn."
Is there a famous artist staying here?
Famous artist? I don't know about a famous artist. We have a bunch of guests. My name's Kathy. I co-own with my husband. If you're looking for a room, that's the third level. We've got that's where he'll be. We've got a common room. We've got some private rooms.
Is anybody checked out very recently?
Again, that's him. He would know.
Oh, he's up there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I'll run up the stairs.
Okay, so you go up past this dining area, with this one floor of dining area, but it looks like there's a servants' entrance that come from up even higher, where the food comes out. But the main stairs go to that level, then up, and now you get to an area. It's got a bench, a desk, and there's a man behind the desk.
I curse this insane hotel, and I run to the front desk.
Okay.
I say, "Sir, important business. Is there an artist staying here?"
An artist. I don't ask too many questions of our guests. When you want to stay at the finest establishment in town, the least I can do is add privacy as one of the perks.
He'd be checking out very soon if he hasn't already checked out. It's an imperative that
What
we
does it
find
look
him.
like? Give me a description. I'd like to help. If you got like
He's the worst.
my height, little.
So stupid.
I know. I mean, like, why are we?
He's a tall, short, fat, skinny man with red, bald hair.
He's moving his hand. He's eager to help. Like this.
I wish I could tell you, sir. I don't know. Unfortunately, he was the one who made the replica for the
I don't.
sun thingy.
No, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Can I see your ledger? See who's staying?
Oh, that's. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I apologize. Now, what is this an emergency? Do you need?
It is an emergency, but I don't think I can help myself. I don't have the information needed.
Okay, well, yeah. There's been a couple. A man did leave for not too long ago, but whether
Did he
was
look like an artist?
Is that supposed to be? Did he look like an artist?
Did he have a beret?
Did he look hungry?
Did he have a beret?
Did he have a beret?
Did he have a brass cap?
Maybe.
He's already left.
Yes, he did. He went to. I do know he had to go over to Sewell's storage, which is just over there.
The big long building with all the doors?
Yes.
Thank you, sir, and I'll run back out.
Okay.
You run down the stairs.
Hopefully I see you guys and go for the mayor's house.
Okay, so now you reach the wellness center, and this guy, he's like, oh, okay, Bernhard, he gestures to you. Come on, let's get him in. Let's get him inside. We need to get him in there quickly. I don't know what it looks like. Was this poison? Was it like some berries or?
No, he ate three tarts. No, he's got a stomach ache.
At this point, I'm going to start and I'm going to turn away and stick my finger down my throat.
Okay, well, he already bought the ruse, but if you're gonna,
I'm fucking selling it.
you're gonna sell it. Okay, so he's talking to him, and then he looks out of the corner of his eye. He sees you go up over the side of the cart and start heaving, and he's like, "Oh, poor boy." Okay, well, this is not the time to be sick of stomach. That when the feasts are going to happen, you're gonna. So I'm glad I could help. So you get him off the cart and
All right.
start heading into the wellness center.
I push him off the cart.
We go in the wellness center and we come out the wellness center. I feel better.
So the wellness center, and he says, "I've got to go. I'll bid you adieu. I've got to get back to my farm, but I'm glad. I think this is good. The fate smiled upon you today for sure.
Thank you for your help.
Okay, so the wellness center. This pleasantly adorned building, you know what it looks like. Bum. The front door leads into. So you get to the front door, and the guy's still like waving at you.
We'll go in, look out. Once he's like kind of like out of eye shot, we'll come back out.
Okay, the front door leads into a store of sorts. A light, pleasant scent lingers in the air, a combination of cedar with hints of lavender, perhaps. Around the outsides are displayed trinkets. There's herbs, there's astracs, there's essential oils. In the center, of the right wall is a massive metal-clad door, the surface of which is studded with 3 rows of sharp spikes. The center of the room...
What kind of wellness center is this? What the fuck?
The center of the room is dominated by a large rug and many colorful throw pillows. The far end of the room is a counter manned by an older woman. Behind her are shelves containing an assortment of books, treasures, and trinkets. Items more ornate and gem. Each one is more ornate and gem encrusted than the last. And so you're waiting there.
This is the gift shop.
So you can see in the displays there's dried and fragrant herbs over here. There are essential oils over there. There are large crystals over there. There are books and other things over here. So it just
we'll just go right back out.
Okay. Excuse me, can I help you? She says.
I turn around and what was his partner's name? Dave's. I can't remember.
It was
Is Dave still alive? He's only got like 2 or 3 fingers on the one hand.
You traveled with him for quite a time. You know his name's Asterius. So
is Asterius still alive?
Oh, that poor boy.
Not gonna make it?
I did what I could.
All right, good to know.
Oh man, I hope he's got toes instead of fingers. That would be awesome. I'm gonna call him Monkey Boy.
Tell him we came by.
Rob sends his love.
Okay, so
Rob's really sorry.
You guys leave. The cart is gone. You look down. You're like, oh, what do we do now? We're in town. We got to find an artist of some sort. And from where you are, you can look directly, and there is a short-walled pool where people are sitting, and festival decorations, and people are making a big thing of it. And a couple, a young man with a scarecrow over his arm, and over his shoulder, runs past you and jostles you, and you go, oh no, you're frail.
What's wrong?
Oh, me or the scarecrow? Oh, come on!
The scarecrow.
I'm not that feeble.
The scarecrow is much more stupid.
I'm really hungry all of a sudden. I don't know why.
And but you see him by the water feature. He's trucking it towards a bigger building.
So we see the green cloak.
You see the green cloak.
There he is. Let's go.
Pretty rare in the city.
I start walking.
So you both make it to Seawell's storage.
We meet, I meet on the street with him?
Yes, just outside, out the front.
I fucking don't remember the name of the fucking artist.
Why are we following you if you didn't know?
Just a heads up, Asterius isn't doing well.
You guys go for the mayor's house. I'll keep trying to find the artist.
Are we going for the mayor's house?
Did you chance to find this fucking artist is rare.
All right. How long do we have before
the ferry leaves?
This whole interaction probably costs an hour. So
we lost the first ferry.
So you were at 9:00 when you decided.
Oh yeah, we never would have made it.
Yeah, we never.
So okay. Now you're tinkering around.
We can swim.
I have a plan. We can't leave until when? 3? 4?
4.
Okay, we can't leave till 4.
And then you can't get back till 8 though.
No, we can't get back till 9 because it takes an hour to get across.
That's right. You'll be back at 9, yeah.
We gotta get.
Find this goddamn.
We gotta find this fucking artist. Sorry. There's no other option.
He's
now.
supposedly in this building. Let's just start yelling, we need an artist.
Well, obviously, wouldn't he be here to pick up the replica?
Probably, that's where he stored it.
I'll be right back.
I head back to the wellness center.
Okay, so he starts running.
I'm going into the storage place and hopefully...
Okay, so you'll make it to the storage place. You're right up front first. So, Seawell Storage. So you go into the man-sized door at the front, and it leads to a front office where staff are milling around. They're discussing ticket options, pricing options and stuff. There's a counter with bars and stuff that you can approach, and there's a big sign, large or small, we can store it all.
I'm looking around for any customers.
I had a girlfriend with that motto.
Oh.
I was waiting for that.
Customers, there are people, this section here, there's big open doors that leads into what looks like the storage facility. And you can see there are people with, that could be customers. Most of the employees you can tell because they're wearing employee, style, like, overall type things. Very rugged, dirty, but not filthy, but like used, obviously for moving stuff in and out. But there's also other people that could be anyone, customers, and they're being led around.
So I followed him in.
Yes.
And you said you didn't know the artist's name?
No.
You don't know what he looks like?
No.
Do you know where he's from?
No.
You didn't ask for the name, and you didn't ask for a description, but she did.
Say where he was from.
I don't remember though.
So I'm just going to say that could be a knowledge roll if
Okay.
you wanted to risk it.
Great.
My knowledge
We're
is
screwed.
average. Oh, 2 and 3. That's under 2.
So you seem to remember he was from Woodhaven.
That's right. I do remember that now.
So anything.
Woodhaven.
Tell me.
Woodhaven. I just remembered he's from Woodhaven.
I'll run to the whoever is in charge of
You run behind to
the ledger guy or whatever.
There's someone there.
Thank you for jogging my memory.
So you run past the big doors to the right where you look inside.
I'm heading towards that way to try to see if I can see anyone with a crate about the size we were carrying.
Okay, and there are people there that are dressed like the workers, but they're carrying batons, and they're standing near the door, and they're looking at you like, "What do you think you're doing?"
Oh, I'm not allowed in there?
So they're giving you the look,
Okay.
not saying anything.
I love Rob. I don't know how he survived this long in life.
So the man behind the counter,
Those stun guns, they look mighty nice.
he says, "Welcome to Seawell Storage. How can I help you?"
Yes. I'm looking for a man. I'm assuming it's a man.
It is a man.
An artist from Woodhaven who possibly stored something here and has possibly picked it up or is picking it up today.
Oh, I don't know. Let me. What is this official business? Like,
Yes, it's official business from the mayor of Mayor Sewell.
Okay, he says just a second. He goes up. There's some stairs in behind it. He comes up. He comes down with another man, and he says, "Hello, my name's Dermot Sewell. I run this operation. My employee here says that there's something. You need some information."
Is it possible we could talk in private? It's of a very important nature. I don't want
Okay.
to talk to just anyone.
Okay. Well, you're talking to the man, so so he comes out from around behind, and he comes out and takes you sort of off to the side and says, "What is it? I can help you. Certainly, there's no impropriety here, or something."
No, it has nothing to do with your establishment or business. We have a situation. The replica of the Long Flame has been taken. And
Not the real thing.
Not the real thing. Just the replica.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, I know.
But the problem is, we need the replica in order to complete the ceremony. Now, the artist who brought the replica stayed at the inn, and we're assuming that he left his cart and stuff here. Since he's from Woodhaven, he would have come in with the replicas. But he has another replica, and we're looking for him so that we can get that replica to use it for the ceremony. At this point, I'm going to take out some money.
Oh, Okay.
And I'm like, I'm gonna put it on the table.
Because your etiquette your etiquette nor attractiveness was not.
And I'm like this. I'm like, it's of a very important nature.
Because you could tell on his face, he did not give a rat's ass about some glass piece of shit. He really did. He's got work to do. He's a.
I'm gonna make it worth his time.
You went for the purse. He is also a businessman, and he's like,
I just need to know where he is.
So he says, "Certainly, sir. You can hire our services. You want to take a tour and take a look around, make sure your money's well spent for your storage needs. I will take you personally." And he takes you, and as he's walking, he's got his hand around you, and his other hand's kind of.
Oh, is it okay if my friend comes along as well?
And I'm still waiting by the door.
He's still waiting for the very important drop. So how much did you?
I don't know what the value of money is worth.
Yeah, imagine today's prices in money is for like a meal does cost $12. It's in and around there.
So I will drop 5 for him and 5 for my friend. No?
$5?
$5?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so $10 hits his palm, and he's just like, so from here you can see we got some stuff going on over there.
I'll drop another 10.
Okay.
Am I seeing this at this point?
They were they went to a secluded area. They've moved over slightly.
I didn't want to skip 100. I only have 650. That's like all the money I have to my name.
He's talking. There's a huddled thing there.
I'm still waiting.
Now, he went back to the wellness center. You must not have noticed that. So you're my other friend, and he's like, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but so then he's like, that.
At this point, I'm just gonna drop like 100, like total 100.
Okay, he says, yes, you and the two of you. I understand. You're when you're wardens, you don't have a lot of room for storage, and I think this is the perfect. You and your friend, you want to come through.
So they walk over to me now?
Yeah, and they start heading through the big doors that separate the...
I'm a little frantic now. I'm like, we gotta find this goddamn artist.
Well, I got us through the doors.
Yeah.
Okay, from the office area it goes in, and there's a row of 12 secured rooms on the one wall, and they're marked 112, and there's just windows.
I'm gonna ask him, did you explain the situation to this gentleman?
Well, I'm gonna ask, again, are any of these carts like from someone from Woodhaven?
We're taking a circuit. We're going to walk around. You get your $100 bought you enough to eyeball everything in this room, and if it's not here, maybe a couple more. I'll get you up to the secure area. But let's just keep walking.
I'm looking for any person with a case that might be the size of what we were carrying.
So besides those rooms, there's 3 barred cells in the center area that are like pillars, and they have stuff inside. They've been modified. They look like they may have been for holding prisoners at one point, but now they hold people's goods.
The place is dark.
And and at one of them, you can see that there is someone he's got a ticket in his hand. The doors are opened, and there's a.
Does he have a beret on?
No.
Does he look like an artist?
There's a sizable cart that's being wheeled out. That is.
I'll run up to him.
Okay, you run up to this guy and.
Sir, please tell me you're an artist.
Like, yes, I am.
Oh, thank God!
Please tell me you're from Woodhaven.
Did you know me?
We hope so. Do you made the replica for what's the thing called?
The Long Flame.
Yes, I did. I knew that was going to jumpstart my career. I knew it.
Do you have another one?
It's gorgeous.
You have the mock-ups.
No, I don't have another one.
You have the mock-ups.
Yeah, I've got a couple, but they're...
Can we get one from you?
So a couple of people the staff are coming up. They're like, this is a little unusual. And a couple of the ones with the batons are heading over. Look, and the owner's like, oh, no, just chill. Just
for now.
For now. Hey, if I get beat up, none of you guys will know.
But the owner now, you can tell in his face, he's like, I made a mistake. This is an official investigation or a shakedown or something. He was here on, yes, this is the right thing to do.
And I'll say it to the artist, we will pay for it. The one that you made for the ceremony was stolen. We just have to replace it temporarily for the ceremony, that's all.
oh, if you just wanted to, well, I'll show you. And he reels the card out, and
You're the expert on the thing.
he lifts it up, and you can see it. It's a straw and stuff. He's got personal items on one side, but on the back side of this cart, there's some other glassworks, bowls, and some other baubles, lanterns, and stuff. There are 2 more shards that, and he goes, there they are, but like this one's got a chip in the bottom. This was almost the final cut, but it's got a chip in the bottom. So obviously I'm not going to sell that. And this one here, the coloration's just, it was there was some magenta tones I just couldn't get right. And if you look, you don't even have to look closely. It's just not going to do.
We just have to fool a goblin. I think this will be
They're notoriously colorblind.
And really, did either of them really capture the essence of the artifact? Like, you look at that and it doesn't, like you said you saw it. Did you get that? They're not inferior. Like, if you wanted to say, I'm not against selling you this if this is going into your home.
Yes, it's going into my home. How much?
Really?
Purchase it for?
Well, really, they were just going to go back as a nostalgia piece to my home, to show prospective clients. But
I'll like slowly try not to ball my fist. like patience.
Dude, there's like a bunch of guys with batons. I don't think you want to ball your fist.
I'm not going to. I'm just trying not to yell at them.
500 geld, and I would let you choose the one, and they are gorgeous to have a keepsake. People, if you have that in your home on a mantle, people will say,
Wait, who's doing the shakedown?
Okay, you make it to the Wellness Center. You're at the front door of the Wellness Center.
I was only going there as a joke, so I'm not going there.
Oh.
I'll go because there's nothing at the Wellness Center.
Okay. I thought he went. But see, he's there.
I was going to see if they had like any baubles that looked like a radiant flame thing.
Nope. Any ideas?
I was thinking of going to the Blue Cloak, the Watch.
Yes.
And maybe find out if they have any known bad elements in town. Someone that might have stolen try to enlist their aid in helping us find out who might have taken it.
Okay. And
since it happened under their nose,
the gate guys are right there. Rob is already, so you can say, hey, is there a bad element in town?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's really good. It's a pretty easy gig. Yeah, there's some shitheels around, like that Porter boy. He's a piece of work, but really, other than that,
no one doing anything like big time. It's just all small, petty stuff.
No.
Anyone that you from out of town that looks suspicious?
People all the time. If it wasn't for the traders going to and from here, we wouldn't have a job. It's such a nice place. Simple farm folk. Okay, so he says this is a beautiful art piece. So 500 is not outrageous.
You have 250.
Well, if these are just, can I inspect them?
Be very, very careful though. They're very sharp. They are made of glass.
And if you destroy one, the other one will be worth one.
So I'll look at the one with the chip.
If you could find a chip on it, he starts going, oh, yeah, I can see you're looking at the chip. Yeah, I know. I know. Just when I was bringing it here. Yeah.
I mean, it's. I thought it was smaller the way you mentioned it, but it's really hard.
He's smart.
Like it draws the eye. It
kind of does.
I don't know, how to mount this.
He swats Gray with the back of his hand a little bit. I know. Look, you can see it.
I'll scowl at him.
And the is that supposed to be magenta?
No, the other no.
What color? What color is that? Is that puce?
When I'm making the glass, it's hard with the pigments and stuff, and then once you start cutting, I got to that color and I knew it.
Well,
300.
300. Well, you know what? I know that an artist never finishes his work; he just abandons it, and it looks like
this was abandoned. And you know what? Why don't we do you the favor and just take it? We'll take it off your hands. That way you don't have to worry about bringing it back. Because do you really want to mount this anywhere and associate your name with this?
Well,
I mean, like, I don't want it to go to waste.
300. I do have to eat.
But didn't you already get money for the real replica? You made 2 of them.
Yes, but these are certainly pieces of art, extravagant for.
I think it's fair.
Son, how old are you?
You know,
when you get a house to mount this in,
you know, I paid 100 geld just to get in here to witness this with my own eyes, and I feel like I paid 100 geld too much.
Ouch.
Because of that, I only have 100 geld left.
He starts closing the lid.
What? Can you go any lower than 100? I mean, any lower than 300?
You wounded me, sir. I have a long trip ahead of me, and ow, that was.
We'll play 300.
I think you're paying too much.
Okay.
I don't have 300. I need $5.
So he opens.
You wound me, sir. You wound me.
He opens the thing and he has.
Why don't you say 295?
And he takes a piece of cloth that he's obviously. He starts to wrap it around a little bit.
Thank you, sir. You've saved the country, I'm sure.
But he hands it. He says, "Well, who's gonna pay?"
I'll take out my 295 and I'll ask him for another 5.
I'll give him actually 25.
You leave me 25.
No. I'm giving you 20 because we want the boxes.
No, the box. It's got all his possessions.
Yeah, this is a whole cart.
Oh, really? Okay, then I'll just give you 5. Okay. No, I thought we needed some. How are we going to carry this without
now you
dropping
have-
it?
It's
Where's
in a
that
bag.
cart guy?
No, it's in a. He put it wrapped in cloth. We
Yeah,
can carry it.
but now you have a cloth that you're holding. This jagged, sharp end here of glass, exposed ridges. Apparently, only a few of the edges can get sharp. That's what the courier told you. And then you have a chunk out here.
How big is this thing?
It's about this long, and the cloth's only enough to say maneuver around. So
Now, I'm going to say thank you, sir. And I'll nod.
okay, he takes and now Dermot's like, okay, well, yeah, I've got a business to run here.
I'm leaving.
We got a grain shipment that we got to get into storage here. It's going to come through here, and
If anybody attacks me, I'm going to stab them with this goddamn thing.
Are you proficient in glass wielding?
I hope the goblins appreciate blood covering on this thing because I'm going to kill someone. I'm this close.
So we have both of them.
No, just one.
just one.
Which one did we take?
The one with the chip, right? That's what
That
he
one
said.
you were trash talking down.
Why would you take the one with the
Because that's
chip?
what he said. The other one he would have charged for. He charged
Oh,
at 500
fair
for the other one.
Point that out.
There's not much I can do about it.
Nope.
I'm walking out.
Okay.
I mean, they're both flawed in one way or another, so I just...
I don't care at this point. If it's chipped, we'll just blame this artist and we'll make sure his name gets out there.
Hey, I didn't carry the box. You two were carrying the box.
No, this is the real one.
This is the replica.
Yeah, this is the artist.
This isn't even the replica.
He doesn't even know this is going to be put on display.
No,
if he
this
did, he
is-
probably would refuse.
This is because he thought you were fans of his work, and then all of a sudden this guy started talking.
I don't care at this point. Mateus is going to pay me back, or I'm going to fucking kill him in sleep. And then we'll be done with this whole situation. And if anybody tries to put us on a special mission ever again, what will we say?
It's not a special mission. You just got to carry a box from point A to point B.
That's a special mission.
You guys interjected. You're the ones who decided to formulate this big plan.
It's true. We should have said, fuck you, deal with it yourself.
Could have just stood there
We'll
and
just
guarded
fight
the whole
goblins.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now in possession of a shard of that looks very similar to.
Well, let's get back.
Well, hopefully you can get a horse or something, so I don't have to carry this goddamn thing all the way back.
I don't know why you
Or a
ran.
pig.
We took a cart.
Let's get a pig. We can carry it in a pig.
Do we meet him on the way out?
Yes.
We got a stupid shard.
I look at it and I go, well, how sharp is that edge? And I just gently touch it.
The one you're touching is not. It's not that sharp. Okay, but you can see if you were to like grab it or something, you might cut your palm. Or
I have an idea.
Mm.
Okay, you guys are going back to Matthias, right?
Yeah, that was our plan.
I'm going to head to where the original replica was being held when it got taken.
That's up there too.
Is it up there at the same place?
Yeah, so you'll have to do the hour-long trek up to...
Yeah.
Is there any people going up there? There's tons of people.
Yes,
Are there any carts going up?
it's starting to...
Wellness center!
Most of the preparation...
Wrong way.
Well, we got tons of time.
Most of the stuff's gone up there.
Don't have to carry these stupid things.
So,
I'm going to try to wrap it in my cloak a bit so it's easier to carry when I'm carrying it.
so underneath the cloak or something.
Under my
kind of
arms, just so I don't slash myself.
Okay.
I don't care about people seeing it. It's more that I don't want to hurt myself.
Wait. Are there any scarecrows that are not being attended to?
There are scarecrows
Everywhere.
jammed into people's gardens everywhere now.
I'm going to procure one.
I don't want to know where this is going.
You walk up and you literally just walk onto someone's yard. You're by the wellness center, and while you were at Seawell Storage, someone had jammed a scarecrow in her garden.
So I will take it out. I will motion to Rob's character to come around the wellness center. So out of eye shot of the public, I will put the scarecrow down.
What are you going to do with Scarecrow?
I'm going to molest it. But no, I'm going to take it apart and use the straw to wrap it around and then use the twine so that it's easier to carry and less sharp.
So you're deconstructing a scarecrow using the components.
Yeah.
A bundle. Okay. So you're pulling apart the scarecrow and you hear a little kid go, "That looks like fun. Wish I'd have thought of that."
Well, there's scarecrows everywhere. Go for it, kid.
Are there any boxes nearby?
No, not just hanging out around.
All right. I was going to deconstruct a box to make a box to put the...
It's like Asian fusion cooking, but with scarecrows and
deconstructed scarecrow.
Okay, so you've now made
It's made it easier for him to
Yes.
carry.
And
if it falls, maybe it won't break.
because it was most likely very fragile. So
Yeah.
That's more. It's like
Oh, yeah.
it's like packing material,
Yeah.
basically.
We have to hope that we could do this.
So you make your trek up towards the thing, and was someone going to try and press their luck to see if there was a cart or something to carry them, or are you just going to it'll take about an hour? But at this point, you get around noon.
Yeah, we got tons of time. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
Guess
we'll take our time going up.
Get some baked goods. That kind of-
Yeah,
Well,
he's hoping people will
the
walk
other
up to him now.
the other reason I did that is because now people think like you're just taking material for a scarecrow. They'll be like, yeah, that seems totally normal.
Yep.
Instead of, why does he have like a piece of glass that kind of looks like the, oh my god, thieves, the flame!
Yeah, so it's now masked as just component parts of.
I look like I'm carrying a bundle.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But you do notice that the people, the women who were handing out pastries, it seems like that was a morning breakfast kind of thing.
Oh, they're handing out burgers now.
They're handing out nothing. There's no.
Damn it, I'm hungry, I threw up.
It's not only did you steal a pastry, you then wasted it by hawking it.
It was method acting!
Stop being a sea cucumber.
It all comes
back to the sea cucumber.
Okay, you make your way to the.
Getting more and more annoyed as I walk.
So you're at the clearing. Now it looks like the decorations are basically like everything's been taken care of for the most part. You can smell there's food. There's stuff in preparation. Now it looks like a nice enough for a reasonable sized gathering to have a bit of a reception. So now you can. What are you going to do? You can go to the monument top where you see Matthias and the curator standing. You can go.
Yeah, I'm going up there for sure. Oh, where's
our
monk
buddy?
was supposed to be with us the whole time?
Yeah, he's been following you the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, he hasn't done anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, while we're walking, I was like, I will be reimbursed for this, right?
He's like, this has nothing on me. I have to take the real thing from point A to point B. He says,
You should have stayed with Matthias. That's my rebuke to him.
Well, what happens if you cut yourself? We needed a healer.
I'm like, shut this thing through this.
I can't heal.
What?
No, I can cast certain spells. I can certainly if there's a dark based opponent that comes along, I would be able to.
You can't even bandage people.
Oh, I never been trained to, but
I can bandage them with fire.
Eddie, we finally found someone more useless than you.
We all share a chuckle as we go up the hill.
okay. So you decide you're going up the hill to.
Yeah, we're going to Mateus.
Going right to
Okay,
Mateus
later.
to tell him what's up, and then let them fucking deal with it.
Okay, so he's like, how did it go? I'm sorry, you kids had get wrangled into this.
You owe us 500.
We could have walked, but you guys had this idea you were going to do this.
500 geld you owe us.
For what?
I'll show it. I'll wrap it enough to show that we have a replica.
We had to buy it from the artist.
The artist
Where did you find
ripped
it?
us off. We bought it from the artist. He had extras. He ripped us off.
It's a mock one.
It looks pretty good.
Well, that's good enough.
It is indeed.
But just in case, we probably should look for the actual replica.
I'm going to give this to him. I'm going to say, I'm guarding the box. You deal with this. Please, sir.
He's like signing the papers. Here they are. Please sign
It's out of
them.
my
You
hands
receive
now.
them in good order. Because as soon as your name goes down on there, I am not responsible for shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, no, we're all going to go down there.
I better get an A on this. What about this one?
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't we have to protect the real one?
We gotta get that down to there.
But we're going to take the real one with us, right?
We'll leave.
The useless adept here?
Ouch!
Is this it's like a conspiracy, this whole thing.
We've got to get this thing down to the. I think.
Well, I'm going down there anyway because I need to check something out.
Yeah, I think you don't understand the way this works. We're all going down there now.
He's our commander. We don't.
If this gets stolen, I'm not doing it. If this gets stolen, I said not to leave it. That's all I'm saying. Now I'll start walking
Why
down.
are you pointing at a box?
Because it's the real one.
The box?
The real one's in the box.
Oh, no, not anymore.
Where's the real one? I don't care. I'll start heading down.
What do you mean? Where's the real one?
I don't care.
He says, "Come on, let's go. We've got to get this replica
Oh, okay,
down."
at this point, I'm just following him.
Okay, can we at least use the box to put the thing in to take it down?
It doesn't matter at this point. It's only down 100 feet down the hill.
Okay, so-
I walked an hour with the goddamn thing.
So you go down, and you're about, I don't know, halfway down, and the mayor is trucking over in your direction. His
How long do you think I'll get in jail for killing him?
The replica, the real one's been stolen. Oh my god, Lord.
No, he'll be like, the real replica's been found. And I'll just be like,
okay, and everyone's kind of heading in that direction, and you're thinking, oh my god, that's...
Is he coming up on my side? Like we're in a group?
He seems to be heading towards the display as well.
Okay, he's not coming towards us.
But you are close.
Yeah, we're just heading at the same spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If he was coming towards us, I was going to move on the other side. That's all. So I'm not the first contact with him.
Well, they got a thing for the mayor.
As the mayor's coming through, and we both move out of the way so they can get right to round.
I've already had to deal with this goddamn mayor once. Twice now.
Okay, so you've reached that spot. Now, you can see there's a nice big angled display thing with a velvet recess where it's supposed to sit. There's wreath of flowers. There's like a nice. It's a whole thing. There is some pageantry here, and clearly not on the ground. The replica that was here is not in the visible area. It's not.
Damn it, there goes our only chance.
No, but is there around the area where the replica was? Is there any hints of blood?
Yes.
Does someone who went to
Wow,
go
that
check-
was fast.
So
No
someone
one looked for blood. What
because
can I do?
it's sharp. Fucking so someone goes to take it down. If they're not careful, they're gonna cut
Where's our
themselves
DNA
open.
mage? The DNA mage could track the blood.
Do we have a DNA mage?
Do you remember this whole conversation
Is
about
that
tracking DNA?
I
that
quickly
big
look
scarecrow?
around. Does
No, it's to
anyone
find
look
out
like?
who your parent
Oh,
was.
didn't we see someone with a bandaged hand?
Oh!
That little shitty kid.
That little shit. If I grab him by the scruff of the neck, I'm gonna...
You see, you're like, oh yeah, little shit, and People are like, come on, let's just go.
Remember, it's like
I knew it!
And sure enough, you see that kid. He's tearing the guts out of a scarecrow.
It's the same kid!
remember the one where it's like, I wish I'd thought of that. That's the kid, the one he said. It's like, I wish I'd done that when I took the stupid thing and didn't cut myself.
I'll just shake my head. We're at the case now?
Yes.
I'll start unwrapping the...
Okay.
I said we go talk to the kid and find out where the fucking replica is.
He broke it, obviously.
Well, we don't know that. There's not shards of glass. There's just blood.
Yeah, just a little...
Yeah, but his mother probably cleaned up after him, because she seems like the bitchy type who would actually try to hide her son's...
No, but where did he hide it, though? Or did he steal it for someone?
If I find any shards,
you get to ask your questions?
I get to ask my question.
You guys go beat up the kid.
Yeah.
I'll put the shard back where it should be. Try not put where he said the chip was, which I've never seen. I'll try to put that on the bottom, sort of, so you don't see it.
So you discreetly unwrap the thing. Okay.
Probably should post a guard so little shitty kids can't break things anymore.
I feel like that kid knows where the replica is.
Okay.
We never once checked the desk.
So now, standing beside the case is the mayor and Elin, the museum curator. She's come down with you, and a few others. You don't recognize all of them. The people are in the know, are looking at you. You can tell they're in the know, and there's some concerned faces because you've got a hidden bundle of something other. So you've either succeeded or didn't, but there's people like, oh, okay, well.
Surprise!
So then...
it's from the gift shop.
Walk away.
You start
I'm doubling down.
Here it is, guys.
And Rob dropped the mic.
So you unravel it in pretty indiscreet manner, and then what are you going to do? You have this replica.
Is the case open?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to put it down with make sure the chip part's on the lowest part.
Okay, just as the replica is placed into the velvet-lined case, there's a contingency of goblins that were off to the east there that had formed.
Sword Hilt.
And they quiet down. What was it involved with? Did it have anything to do with what you just did? Who knows? But there's a brief pause, like their conversational tones turn to silence.
It's a hush.
To a hush, and you're just sort of standing there.
So they're gibbering, terrible voices, silenced.
They're melodic like elves. Oh, goblins.
So it's in there? Case shut?
Okay. And it looks magnificent. There's no
Whew.
These guys go rubbling the kid?
I think we should.
I'm gonna make him make faces at the kid.
Yeah.
Like, look what he did to me.
Okay, so you go and
This is what happens you touch things.
sure enough, there's that kid, and he's looking at, what do you want?
Hey, buddy, how'd you cut your hand?
Oh, I was horsing around with one of those, with that thing over there, cut my hand, so I hawked the thing in the woods. Stupid thing.
Fucker.
Where'd you hawk it?
Oh, just over there.
Can you show me?
Nah, how about you go pound salt? Starts tearing at the scarecrow again.
I grab him by the scruff of the neck, and I turn towards me. I go, "No. How about I pound you into salt?"
He's struggling a bit, but it's...
I shake him like this.
At this point, I'll look at him. I'll, do what he says. Look what he did to me. Do what he says. Look what he did to me.
Okay, he goes, I'll show you where it is.
Right.
Show you where it is.
Point.
Yeah, don't let him go. He'll run. He'll run.
It is back towards where Gray is standing amongst the throngs of people.
Like we have to go past him to get to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're walking with this kid kicking in the air.
Okay, so you get to almost where he is, and then you hear the mayor under his breath go, like you can all hear it, and you hear him just go, "Oh, okay, everyone, stand straight, stand like you belong here. Everyone, stand up." And he stands curtly up.
I'll stand beside the case like I'm guarding it.
and everyone kind of forms up, and it's because by that contingency of goblins, you can see a parade of some sort of procession coming. So you guys who are nearby, you kind of form up as well. Of course, one of you has a child.
I dropped the child and I said, "Get the hell out of here! I'll deal with you later."
That's okay. I'm gonna break it. And he starts running.
God damn it!
Is he coming at the case?
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know why.
No, but
why
if the kid was running at the case, I'd decapitate
Oh, I'm
him.
killing that child.
Yeah, I was going to decapitate him if you went for the case.
Yeah, well, that settles it. You're never having kids, are you?
No, I don't have that.
Okay, so Mayor Seabold, okay, this is it. This is time has come, boys. And so this procession, it appears that there's a litter being borne by goblins, coming up at the head of this, and then the contingencies following in behind. And the ones that gather in behind, they start heading up towards where this display is. And on top of the litter is a venerable goblin. You can see he's old. And they live pretty long. They live a long time, but he's old. He's got a big iron crown. And the litter comes in front of the display case, and they put the litter down, and
Should attack. That's my head's in my brain. That's what it's saying.
You can hear him in a hoarse voice, like, and there's a goblin that was beside him, and apparently he's the orator. And so there's some hoarse whispers. Then this orator gives a series of respectful greetings, like to some of the notables. Not you, of course. You're not supposed to be there. You're just kind of. And then he gives a pretty a brief but heartfelt statement about this item and stuff. He gives it his blessing. This is the right thing to do. Then the litter is lifted again, and just as it's moving on, he murmurs to the orator. The litter then continues on and starts heading up towards the monument, and that is when and the goblin kind of looks at you with a pleased smile and a nod as it's going away. And then the orator comes over to you and he pauses briefly in front of you and says, the great King Ugmar, he remembers you. You're a legend, and he thanks you. And then he continues on.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah?
Tigray, yes. Tigray, for anyone in the listening audience.
I'll just kind of like be a little stunned. And he walked away?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And as this procession is going, Mateus is like, oh, that was close. Boys, you were too close. You made me sweat a little in my britches. And you see, yay! There's a kid running with the replica that he'd hawked into the forest.
I wish I was an archer at this point.
He's running.
I'm dropping my sword and I'm running after him.
There's a procession between the two of you. So then Mateus says, well, you did good work, and we're supposed to be back before mealtime. We're already late. We're returning, but I'm going to give you a pass. Now, this is going to be a big honor. You can stay for the ceremony if you want, and then have food and just treat yourselves, or we can go back to the garrison and back to business as usual.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Hungry.
So he says,
I vote. I'm staying.
I've never had an opportunity to be part of something like this. I'd like to stay.
500 geld.
In the one-track mind over there.
I swear to God, Rob.
So then the mayor's like, well, what are you worried of money? What is this? What do I owe you money for?
The artist for the mock-up, we had to replace the one the kid stole.
500.
He's a scam artist.
Well, I'm already into you for a bounty on a bird, so what's another 500? You stop by my manor. You talk to Brewster. Dr. Brewster here. We'll see. We'll work out a deal.
Okay, sir.
I don't mind paying for a good trustworthy hand, if you
It's
know
not
what I'm
worth the
saying.
500.
Someone who I can trust to,
To run my Kentucky Fried Torrio stand.
I'll just nod, and I'm going to go like on the edge of it. And just try to stand there and ignore everyone and stew and try to figure out
the
what
more you try to get out, the
goblin-
deeper you get in.
Keeps dragging me back in.
You bring it on yourself.
I'm trying to figure out. I'll just be stewing, trying to figure out what the goblin meant.
Okay, so Mateus says there's going to be the ceremony happens at dusk. There's a few hours, so you can mingle with people. You can do whatever. He just asks that once the ceremony happens, you're not supposed to be here, so just retreat back where the foods and the servants and the people who are here. You're not part of it. You stay back. So you mingle your stuff. There's there's things to do, people to see. But eventually the sun starts to lower, and so the attendants, like the attendees, start heading up towards the monument itself. And since it was getting dark, people had lit some torches and stuff, but they put those out. And soon a speaker, like you're all back far enough. Soon a speaker, you can hear them talking, but you don't know what it is. It's because of the distance. They're saying you can see their shadows moving around a bit. And the last rays of the sun, as it sinks into it just seems like the memorial was built in such a way that the sun at this time of day just passes over that at dusk. And you don't know whether it's the you can see that there's something glowing, it appears that they've put long flame into this globe of stained glass, and it's brilliant. It's got these nice amber hues. It's gorgeous. And then you can hear introductions, speeches, and clapping that, so someone talking, a speech, clapping, that you don't really know what it is. And finally, on some quiet cue, you don't know, you never saw anything, you don't know, they start lighting the torches again. I guess the ceremony is over, went off without a hitch. And the attendees start heading down and heading towards the food area, and they're going to have a little bit of a reception, and that's it. So free to do what you want.
Go find that kid and beat him up.
You didn't see him since.
Go find his mom and beat him up.
His deadbeat dad must have come picked him up, or
should have impaled him on the mock-up.
So are the goblins mingling with the humans?
Yes. Yeah, there's no weapons. There's no nothing. Goblins are just stocky humanoids. They're slightly smaller than men, but like they just have.
They're green, I assume.
Green, big brow ridges, no hair on their heads. Their eyes are kind of just red without.
Traitors.
And it's a.
Is it a king? What was the goblin?
Yes, he's a king.
Is the orator with the king?
You don't see the king.
No, he's just way up somewhere.
Yeah, there's quite a few people. It's pitch black except for
Where's the orator?
You can't see him either.
I'll walk up to one of the goblins.
Okay.
And introduce myself. I was wondering, has the king retired for the evening?
Oh yes, probably. They've got we've all got a long trip. We're going to be taking the True Shard out of the.
The adept's going with them with the True Shard.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the orator, has he also retired for the evening?
Oh, probably. They're probably at the camp that we had when we got here yesterday, and we'll be heading straight tonight.
I noticed that the king took an interest in our friend.
Oh, did he? I don't know. I was way back. I'm literally a part of a council from the Nameless tribe. We're like way far removed from the royal. I'm here as a.
Do they wear top hats and monocles?
No, they do not.
You're speaking to the choir. I'm in the same boat as you. Where I'm just
Just another cog in the machine. Okay.
We're so far away from the machine.
Goblins don't get idioms.
It's a well-known fact. They don't understand the concept of idioms.
I don't know. His world might
It's not his native language.
Yeah.
So there you go. That seems like a job well done.
Well, there you have it. A fun time was had by all. Join us next time for The End of Ages.